That's not how the Force works.
I don't care.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
What are you talking about?
G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Oh, buddy! Welcome to Casual Rage 251. Why is that off? 251, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. And this week, well, we've got a massive lead up to The Mandalorian and Grogu, everybody. Massive amounts of promotion, waste, shills going into the studio, having a look. They bought Leia, Luke, and Han, Luke, and Leia. It sounds weird saying it the way that I just said it. Bringing them into the park, finally. You would have thought that they would have done that ages ago. Like ages ago. We do have a couple of videos. Look at all the tabs that we've got to look at. And I'm just scanning over the top of them just to go through what we're going to talk about. Let me show you this really quickly. How you all doing? Look at the tabs. Huge. We might not even get to all of them, but they're there. So we've got a fair bit to get through, and I also wanted to talk a little bit about the season finale of Invincible, and I also wanted to talk about Darth Maul, Shadow Lord. I must admit, with the Maul Shadow Lord stuff, I have watched every episode, and you know what's really crazy about it? I can't really remember anything. Like I know. Like, if I really sort of think about it, I'll remember what I wanted to do, like what I watched, I guess. But dude, even just like setting up for the stream and stuff like that and getting all of this stuff ready, and then sort of thinking to myself, all right, so I got to talk a little bit about more Shadow Lord. What do I remember from that episode? And I'm like, well, those last two episodes. And I'm like, I don't really remember much. The Inquisitor came. Is it the same Inquisitor that Ahsoka turned into a fart cloud? Marok or whatever his name was? It looks like the same one, but it could be a different one. You never know. You never know. We got more. I mean, look, 2 years out from Order 66, I could deal with the fact that there are still some Jedi that didn't get killed in the Purge. But and in the expanded universe, there already are characters that didn't, that survived Order 66. They didn't last very long. If there are any that we don't know about, they're in hiding. But I think with the way Yoda speaks in, is it Empire? Or even Return of the Jedi. Which one is it now? Actually, it might be Return of the Jedi. But, like, there are no other Jedi. And surely he'd be able, like, with how much he feels the effects of Order 66 in Revenge of the Sith, I don't know. Can he feel like every presence that would be out there? I mean, the thing is him as a Grand Master, he taught basically everybody at one point or another. And, those connections between master and apprentice, even though he never took on a Padawan like that, Other than like Dooku and stuff like that. But like I'm talking about like when he's doing like those group teachings and stuff. I don't know if there's still maybe that same connection. I don't know. It's Yoda. You know what I mean? Let's quickly say hello and see who we've got here in the chat before we just break straight into fucking a massive amount of Star Wars talk. We do have a lot of Star Wars stuff. There is some other things. We'll talk a little bit about the quartering stuff. I know that the drama's still going with that, but like I don't know. To me, it feels like it's died down, but that's just in my space. Like what's going on out there. I haven't seen the Kino Casino streaming. I've been checking it out, and like, where did they actually disappear to on Kick? The other thing too with that though is like I never actually fully watch them all the time, so I don't know when their scheduled streams usually are or anything like that. So I guess that's the thing. We got Dr. Coffernails here. How you doing? Good to see you, Caleb Levi, Levine. Sorry, I see you. There's my dyslexia. It doesn't help too when the name is sort of one word. Let's go, Rhino. Nitrium, how you doing? Says the Venti's quartering streams are gold. If you want a good laugh, I watched a couple of hers. Like when this sort of first blew up, I definitely watched that first one where she said that she was going to go scorched earth. I haven't watched any of her more recent ones. I don't mind Brittany. I just can't stand the belching. Yeah. I know it's her thing, and I know that she can almost do it on command or something. I don't exactly know how it works. I just kind of think that it's kind of disgusting. Try and hide that shit as much as possible. Anyway, she's fine. Mad Dog for $5 says, "Hey Rhino, can I join next week for a second opinion on what though exactly? What's the second opinion on?" I promise I have opinions, but haven't found time to start the YouTube process yet. Maybe first step. Perhaps. DM me. What do you want to actually? Is it to do with Star Wars? Is it to do with Star Wars? The thing, man, I've been so against Disney Star Wars for so long. And you could say I've had debates with people in regards to the strength or the viability of Disney Star Wars, or like its canon breaks, its lore breaks, and things like that, and have so many people, when does it break the law? When does it break the law? That's so funny that I said it like that. How does it break law? How does it break canon? All of that kind of thing. And, you know, the back and forward in text. The one thing that I hate about text, and I think everybody's experienced this at one stage or another, you read the text how you think that the person is writing the text, with the feeling or the emotion that they have, that you think that they have in it, could be completely different. You could think that they're actually writing an angry text where they're actually kind of like, hey, you know, you get what I mean. Dude, we can definitely try and sort something out. Yes. Mad Dog, DM me on Twitter. Do you have a Twitter? And we'll work something out for sure. I haven't had fucking somebody on this show in ages. Oh, speaking of the show, just quickly. Next week, we will be going to, well, for me, it's Wednesday. For any of you guys in the States, it will be Tuesday night around this time, 24 hours earlier, basically. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but the last 2 weeks I've been doing that, but that's because the guy at work was on leave, so I had to change my day off. I found that it was a better time slot, mainly because of the amount of people streaming on Thursday, I got to say, is insane. I know Anna wasn't streaming. I saw her tweet about not streaming today, but like, when I was streaming over the last 2 weeks, I think there was only like 2 other people streaming, and like it wasn't even completely over the top. let's see, just in my subscriber base right now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Yeah, these are just normal. I'm not even subscribed to these people. No, 12. There you go. 12 other people streaming right now. And I think, like I said, last 2 weeks, being that I was doing it 24 hours earlier, it was like 1 or 2. So it will be changing 24 hours earlier, and that will probably be its permanent spot. Mad Dog, send me a DM. Sissy, I see you. How you doing? Good to see you. Giggity, how you doing? Good to see you. 3412. Yo, how you doing? Mike Hill. Who else we got here? Mountain Pass Music. Am I getting that right? The quartering stuff is not interesting. We get it. We get it. He sucks. Like the early stages of it, yes, I'd say it was very interesting because it's so, for me, it's like I sort of said on Flashcast. If the result of becoming a YouTuber is that you end up becoming a cuck and you do all this swinging and you're just so morally unethical, then I quit. Like, obviously, it's not the YouTube thing, but it just seems like all these massive personalities out there. I don't know whether or not it's after the power gets to them or anything like that. But, even just the way the quartering, like I said, the things that I'm pissed off about, I don't even know if they're relevant. It's just the fact that the way you treat your guests, the way you treat some of your chat sometimes, the arrogance that you have, it kind of disgusts me, really. The way that you treat or speak to your female co-hosts and like you're married. It's kind of, it's sick. Who else we got here? Angry Sparrow, how you doing? Beta Bucks Deluxe. What's up, Majingers? What's up? How you doing, Beta Bucks Deluxe? Thanks for the $10. And thank you, Mad Dog, for the 5. Who else we got here? We got Butcher in the chat. I see you dropping the emojis. I see you. Master Shark, I see you. Oh, Fight Club in 4K. That's cool. That's cool. I got to sit down and I've got to write a list of movies that I got to go back and rewatch again. And I think the list is going to be huge. Speaking of movies, if I missed you in the chat, how you doing? Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you. Melissa, I cannot not shout out Melissa. Core member, I cannot not shout out you. How you all doing? I heard that Jeremy is planning on striking any channel that tries to expose him. Well, it certainly seems that way. It seems that he's already doing that. It seems that he's already doing that. My dad likes the quartering, but he doesn't know the true nature. This is the thing. You got to remember, there's still normies out there when it comes to watching YouTube channels and shit like that too. Some will just sit there and fucking listen to it at work or whatever, but they're never really sort of involved in the chats or anything like that. Sula Felix, I see you. Mr. Grant Gregory, have you seen From? Dude, you asked me that like 2 days ago. I said no, and I haven't started it yet. I don't know if I'll ever get around to starting it. I'll put it on the list. But that's a series, isn't it? I need to make a list of movies. Did you check out the trailer for Clayface? Have they dropped a trailer, have they? Oh, excuse me. See, Brittany, little burp. Excuse myself. Although she does excuse herself. I have seen her do that. There is a trailer for Clayface. It's only a minute long. I have no interest in this whatsoever. No interest in this whatsoever. Thank you for pointing that out. I will check that out, Mike. We will watch a bit of that. All right. Oh, you think it's excellent? I just have no interest. I've got no interest in the DC universe. Especially right now. It just seems to be a mess. But so does Marvel. At least Marvel, for that 10-year period, had structure. It had story. It had depth. It had soul. It had heart. It was never perfect or anything like that. But see, it's the same. You could say the same thing about Star Wars, Star Trek. None of these things are necessarily perfect, but they still hold true to what they were. And the rules of the universe, the lore, the canon, the continuity of circumstances, the continuity of character. These things are so important. And especially when it's been built out as much as something like Star Wars or Star Trek or Doctor Who, not that I give a fuck about Doctor Who either, or Marvel in that case, or DC. Now, the one thing, obviously, with the comic book stuff like Marvel and DC is that, yes, there are, in those universes, there are so many different storylines, so many different universes, I guess. It makes it a little bit more possible to sort of make changes, but you still want to keep it structured to the core of the story or the core of the character or characters. Let's just watch this, shall we? Before we get into, I was going to get straight into what's going on here right now in physical media in Australia. I have a video to share, but we'll watch this trailer really quickly and then we'll do that. No, I never watched the Penguin series. Never actually watched it. I am getting so many messages right now. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Penguin is fire. Yes, but see, this is the thing, Melissa, is like I have no interest in DC. Like it took me fucking ages. I only watched that, is it the Batman, the one with Pattinson? Like it was earlier this year. And I didn't really think that it was all that spectacular, to be honest with you. Now, there might have been a little bit of, I was getting a little bored, so I sort of picked up my phone in that movie. But it just goes to show you, like, how much interest I actually do kind of have, you know. Let's check this out. Who's this? Who am I? I'm Raging Rhino. Who's this? How you doing? Let's check this out real quick. A minute long. You guys have... Yes, I'm an Aussie. That sounds drip. It almost looks a bit horror-ish. Fuck. I have to take this call. I'm so sorry. It's my manager at work. I have to take it. I'll be right back. Fuck. I'm so sorry. Let me, All right, you're going to get nap time because at least it's the longest clip I've got right now.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay! Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more! Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar...
I feel pregnant.
Then don't wait! Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying...
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time.
Nap Time! When they just won't shut up. Nap Time is not legal in the following states.
Rings me back.
Oh, Mozza, read that.
Mozza, don't let the American bitch.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did. Tell you what to do.
I think it's bedtime, Mozza.
Question mark.
I think it's bedtime for Mozza.
You pushed so far.
That's the type of video we watch on fucking Happy Hump Day.
I can't pee. Oh my god.
All right, we're back. We are back, baby. All right, let's go back. We'll rewatch this trailer because I didn't actually fucking sort of pay any attention. For the beginning part of it, we watch about halfway through. It seems very horror-ish. And this, I got to say, with the DC universe, what a trip this James Gunn universe has been. I mean, look, I haven't really been watching any of it. The only thing that I watched was Superman. The only thing I watched was Superman. However, Superman was like a kid's movie. It was campy. It was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to be Guardians of the Galaxy and Superman, right? That's what it was supposed to be. But a lot cleaner. Even though fucking Guardians of the Galaxy isn't even that dirty, if you get my meaning, like language and stuff like that. But then you do Peacemaker, which is like an R-rated show that has full frontal nudity, apparently, and a fucking heap of other crap. I agree with you. It was lame as fucking hell. And then you come out with something like Clayface like this, and we're supposed to be getting what, Supergirl? Is there anything else, or is it just Supergirl and Clayface that was coming up? Supergirl, almost you turning back into that campy bit, but you're also making it very like, I don't know, teen, like girl rebellion kind of shit. And Clayface looks like horror. I just don't know what kind of universe you're going for, James Gunn. And it really doesn't interest me at all. Now, despite whether or not you think that there were problems with it or not, the Zack Snyder universe I didn't mind. The casting was great. You know, there are parts of even Man of Steel that I don't like, and it's the same things as everybody else, like the Pa Kent death stuff, and there's a couple of other bits and pieces. I don't really mind that what he does at the end in regards to killing Zod, and then Zod, sorry. I always do that. And then like his emotion behind that, I think that that's all sort of okay. Let's watch the rest of this. And like, I will say, as somebody that doesn't even really know Clayface or anything all that well, I don't know. This did nothing for me. It's a masterpiece in comparison to I agree with you. I don't think it's a masterpiece in isolation by any stretch. The crazy thing is, I don't think we've ever really had a masterpiece of a Superman movie. As much as people might want to point to Christopher Reeve's Superman, I don't necessarily think that they're masterpieces. I think that they're fantastic. I think the score does a lot for those movies. Maybe it. Melissa's trying to make a case. Is it the first Superman movie, the 1978 Superman movie, where he turns back time, spins the Earth the other way around? Like, that to me loses points in regards to it being a masterpiece. Is it that one? I didn't care much for this trailer, to be honest with you. I know that there's a few people in the chat that are liking this and looking forward to it. And maybe that's the tone that it's supposed to be for the Clayface character. Not my thing. But James Gunn has failed in getting people, including myself, interested in the DC universe he is creating. Now, look, who knows? That may all change when the takeover, when the merger actually happens. Fucking fly on my shoulder. I agree that Christopher Reeve is Superman. Like, his Superman and Clark Kent, I still think to this day is unmatched. Because even like you as the audience, yeah, you can always see, because we know that Superman is Clark Kent and Clark Kent is Superman, because we as the audience know that, we can see Superman in Clark Kent. When he is Clark Kent, we can see Superman in him. When we see Superman, we can see Clark Kent in him. Yes. But the way that Christopher Reeve was able to do it in regards to really separating the two on screen, I think it's just one of the best. One of the best. I mean, Batman's your other character that's like that too. You've got your Batman and you've got your Bruce Wayne. It's hard to pick in isolation who did it best. Who did the best Batman and the best Batman and the best Bruce Wayne. This fly keeps landing right here, and I really want to catch it. We'll see. If it lands here, we'll see if we can do that'd be great to catch on camera. All right, let's see. Oh, let's go to... It's such a nice day. I got the door open. Beautiful. What I originally wanted to talk about first, which was physical media. Now, I know a lot of people have been talking about this quite a bit over the past few years. Like telling you to go and make sure that you get your physical media of everything. Everything's going to end up going digital. And I think Australia is leading the charge in that. And this is kind of scary and annoying. So JB Hi-Fi here in Australia is like the one store that you would always go to, and they've got shelves and shelves and shelves of physical media, 4K, Blu-ray, fucking you name vinyl, you name it, they had it. Anyone in Australia here knows JB Hi-Fi and how big they are. It almost feels like with the way that this video ends up turning out and looking, it almost feels like all they're going to be doing is like online. It's just going to be JB Hi-Fi online. And they'll have these warehouses that you can either go and collect from, but the physical media stuff, it'll be like all the TVs and all the amplifiers and the microphones and shit like that they sell. They'll probably continue doing shit like that. But check this out.
A site that all physical media advocates absolutely dread. The Blu-ray 4K DVD section completely and utterly gutted. There's some stuff there, but obviously they're working their way through getting rid of it all. New look, new space. Physical media is leaving our store.
There you go.
Pretty disappointing, pretty gutting, to be honest. Here in Australia, this is pretty much the only brick and mortar store that is still selling, or was still selling, physical media, brand new. And I've heard reports of stores kind of slowly getting rid of them over the last maybe like 4 or 5 years. But now it's hit close to home. For all of my American followers out there, this is essentially the equivalent of Best Buy getting rid of physical media. And look at all the junk that they're putting on the shelves instead. Who wants to buy Jaws on 4?
Were they Funko Pops that I saw? A JB Hi-Fi... Fuck off. Seriously, this fly. Either land here so I can fucking catch you, or fuck off. I don't smell that fucking bad. Were they Funko Pops that I saw? Let's... On this shelf. They are. JB Hi-Fi, ladies and gentlemen. JB Hi-Fi is now going to be selling Funko Pops. What the fuck? Have they been selling Funko Pops for a while now, and I just didn't know because I haven't been into a JB Hi-Fi for so fucking long? What the fuck? I gotta get these super chats too. Sorry, that phone call fucking fucked me over. I just realized I've got super chats that I haven't read. Dr. Coffindale's for $5. It's a crime how they don't let you talk about Star Wars on Flashcast. Also, funny how you manage to work it in anyway. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Yeah. I know that Star Wars is I gotta say, it does kind of feel like a dying topic to talk about. To talk about it on Flash's channel when he doesn't even talk about it, it does almost seem pointless. But the thing for me is like, I don't know. I just want, I'm almost like on Melvin and Grizzy and all those guys' side where I want to destroy Star Wars now. I want to destroy Disney Star Wars now. I want to do everything I can to make sure that you know that Disney Star Wars is actually garbage. Not that people don't already think that. I do like how I manage to work it in every now and then. I love it when I can work it in and then all of a sudden a conversation just sparks up and I can kind of half sit back and just let that conversation roll and then add in my little bits every now and then. But thank you, Dr. Coffindales. I appreciate that. Beta Bucks Deluxe. I'd rather watch Butterface for $10. Thank you very much. Yes. I mean, dude, I don't know. It just doesn't interest me. Clayface. And that trailer didn't interest me at all. I'm not a massive horror person. I'll sit down, watch a horror movie and fucking get the shit scared out of me with a jump scare or something like that and have a good laugh at myself, you know. But it's just, I don't know. In the DC universe, Clayface, it just seems like, I don't know, James Gunn doesn't know which avenue he wants to take, which genre he wants his DC universe to sort of sit in. Are you really expecting kids to watch Peacemaker? They're not allowed to. Are you really expecting kids? And apparently that's so important to the story. Are you really expecting kids to watch Clayface? What's the rating on Clay? Excuse me. What's the rating on Clayface? Mountain Pass Music 6617 for 5. You seen the AI Star Wars Beggars Canyon series yet? Freaking good. Trust me, guys making them knows what he's doing. Need live reactions. I think I've watched bits and pieces of it. I might. Oh, we've got a lot to get through today. I might actually bring that up for next week because we don't have Invincible next week because Invincible's done now. So I might bring some of those up. That's actually a good point because I actually haven't covered any of those. I'm up and down and yes, people know their stuff. The thing that I don't need is I don't need the gaps filled. I don't need to know I don't know. I'll explain it when I watch it because there was one that I watched and I'm like, okay, this is fine, I guess. But this is a little offshoot story to do with these couple of stormtroopers or something like that while this is going on that's from the movies. And it's just, I don't know. I just don't feel I need it. So I don't really care to watch it. And I'm just so over Star Wars. I'm actually the shills and the way that they react to Star Wars pisses me off now. Let me get this off the screen. We'll come back to this in a second. See how you guys get me going? The reactions to Star Wars piss me off on a whole nother level now. It's red. It's red. The lightsaber's red. Oh my God, it's orange. Oh my God, it's a holocron. Oh my God, it's a seal clap, right? It's all this stuff when they do this. When they do that, it pisses me off now because it's how they think that we reacted to Star Wars. Because if they're not real Star Wars fans, which I don't know how you could be with some of the things that they say and some of the things that they justify and some of the headcanon that they fill in and all of this other kind of stuff, their reactions are a reflection of what they think Star Wars fans react like. It's yellow. It's gay. What you are doing is fucking gay. You're actually making, like, any fans that were just general fans over this stuff, you're turning them away with your reactions. Because you think that Star Wars is I am your father. No fucking way! That is what you think Star Wars is. There's so much more than just that. Those things were actually, if we didn't even have a I am your father moment, the story still would have been the point that I'm making is if we didn't have that shocking moment in there, and let's say he found out a different way or what, I don't know exactly. But the movie was still basically the same of Empire Strikes Back and everything. I don't think the shock definitely gave it levity for its time as well. A massive amount of levity for its time. Lightweight Rhino. How dare you? How dare you come in here and call me a fucking lightweight? God. Every week. Yep. Now I fluked my way onto Flashcast. Anna hosted it. And she sent me a link. She's like, do you want to come on Flashcast? I'm like, yeah, I'll come on Flashcast. And then I think Flash noticed. Flash obviously saw me on there and he's like, do you want to come on? I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll come on. And then it just evolved into what it evolved into. Never in a sucking. I don't suck for no one. Let's go back to this physical media shit because we do have a lot of Star Wars stuff to talk about. You'll get plenty of rants from me today, I promise you. I promise you. Here we go. How have I got 70 people watching? How is there 7? I just said at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to adjust the time because I felt like I had maybe a better audience on the Wednesday as opposed to the Thursday. And then I have one of my best shows of the year so far with audience anyway. Hello, everybody. Hello, lurkers. Shout out to you guys. And I know that there's always some rewatchers. There's Lara usually is one of the bigger ones. She's always commenting. I know she's been going through some stuff and prayers to you, Lara. And if you do come in and watch this, hello and how you going? All right. Worst audience ever. Beta Box Deluxe.
Instead, who wants to buy Jaws on 4K when you can get the Jaws T-shirt?
Oh, what? So you can't buy the Jaws movie on 4K, but you can buy a Jaws T-shirt at JB Hi-Fi. Not enough super chats. Make it rain for Rhino. That'd be cool. But not necessary.
Area here used to.
I just got, actually, this month, that payment came through for the Flashcast that we did, which was kind of nice. It helped me catch up a little bit on my mortgage. A little behind on that at the moment. But look at all this stuff. This is why I'm saying it just feels like it's a fucking... it's just a warehouse now. They're just going to be doing online sales. And it's kind of sad to see, especially the physical media part, though. Because TVs aren't going to disappear. You're always going to be able to buy a TV. You're always going to be able to buy a fucking surround sound system. You're always going to be able to buy a microphone. You're always going to be able to buy an amp. But the physical media shit... Beta Bucks Deluxe for $10 says, make it rain for Rhino so he can get more Fosters. All right. Let's make a goal. Let's make a goal. It's a good idea because I don't have any Fosters left. Oh, dude. The Sundowners Club. 3983 for $20 says showing some support for your brother. Well, thank you. We'll put that towards the Fosters Fund. What? We get $100 worth of super chats total? And I'll go get some Fosters? It's not cheap. For shit beer, you know, a 6-pack is like just under $30. But then, see, then the other money's to pay me to drink it because it's that fucking bad. We'll go $100 total, and I'll go get another 6-pack of Fosters. I'm not buying a slab. I'm not. It's that disgusting, Beta Bucks. I know Laughing Man loves to get me to drink it too. Yeah, fucking gross. These Americans. I don't know if you're American, actually. But these Americans, they love making me drink fucking painful alcohol. Oh, and there fucking basically is. Beta Bucks Deluxe for $50. I like Foster's in the blue can, of course. Dude. Thank you. Look. We'll push for the 100. We got what? That's we're basically there. With I think earlier super chats, we're definitely there. Yep, 100%. You've done it. Thank you, Beta Bucks Deluxe. It's not that bad, dude. You have no idea. It is that bad. Have you ever drank it? Ask Flash. Flash went and got a can of Foster's that first time. I don't even think he finished it. Oh. How do I say the name? Valkyra Winter? 1886 for $100. Well, I think we've done it now, haven't we? I think we've definitely done it. Hail all. Go drink some VB. So now I got to get some VB as well. All right. So you spent $100. I got to get some VB. Western or even Cooper's. Coppers, sorry. But hey, I drink vodka. Well, I drink bourbon. Thank you very much for that, dude. Where's fucking... where is it?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I gotta stop sharing my screen.
Pass Justin the spare part canisters.
Red 2, standing by.
Red 11, standing by.
Red 5, standing by.
Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost!
Thank you. Valkyria. I hope I said that right. Valkyria? I think it's good enough. Thank you. And all right, so I'll get a 6-pack of Foster's and I'll get a 6-pack of, well, see, Western's probably better than VB and I'd probably prefer to drink that. Is that supposed to be Cooper's? Because VB's not great either. I'm not a huge fan of VB. Although VB, like ice cold on a really hot day, phew, fantastic. 12-pack of Fosters. You can't get 12 packs of Fosters. 6-packs or slabs, cases, whatever you want to call them. And then we had Giggity come through say they won't allow a 50-cent super chat. No, they won't. I think the cheapest is $1. Super sticker or something. I miss smoking. No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah, I thought you meant Coopers. No, I'll get a 6-pack of Fosters for you, Beta Bucks. Thank you. And I'll get a 6-pack of... It'll either be between the Coopers and the Western, and I'll probably decide while I'm at the bottle-o. It'll be a contemplation. Thank you, guys. God, the support. You guys are going crazy today, and I appreciate it. That fly's come back. Let's go back to... We've barely even made it through the first thing, and I didn't even want to hang on this too long because there's so much to talk about.
The CDs and vinyl, and now it's like they're using it to just store boxes and boxes of
This is inside the store, mind you. This isn't a warehouse. It seriously looks like a warehouse. Mr. Bantham, I see you. I say Bantham, it's Bentham, isn't it?
Cheap televisions, exercise gear. This is pretty sad because JB Hi-Fi was like the place you would buy CDs when you were a kid.
Yep.
And then DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, and now
video games.
Again, I hope the kind of other two local stores are hanging tight. But this is one of their flagship stores. And them getting rid of physical media is a bit of a red flag. Physical media is already getting really, really expensive here in Australia. And the major retail chain pulling out really only means manufacturers are going to start going online only. I know a number of them are trying to push that way already. But this is like a red flag. If we lose JB Hi-Fi, we're going to lose all those great multi-buy deals, the buy one, get one frees, all that stuff that we're so used to. In fact, the annual buy one, get one free sale that they do here is actually supposed to be happening next month.
I wonder if EB Games is going to end up having the same thing. Oh, dude, I almost caught it mid-flight.
One less major store that's actually going to be carrying stock. So get ready for physical media landscape in Australia to be changing very rapidly. It's very sad.
Very sad. So there you go. Be prepared, guys. Get your physical media as fast as you possibly can because it's on its way out the door already. At least it is here in Australia. Australia seems to be the trial place for everything. We're the gophers. We're the guinea pigs. See if getting rid of social media for under 16s. It was the first country. See if getting rid of the physical media. Chopsticks. I can catch flies with my hand. It's easy to catch flies. You just got to have them like sit still for a second. And the way to do it is you got to sort of come up behind them and you really swoop quickly behind them. Because if you watch a fly in slow motion, when they actually go to take off, they jump backwards and fly. So like in slow-mo, they basically they'll be here, they'll jump back and take off that way. So essentially, if you come up behind them and you swipe behind them, they jump into your hand. Little something for you in catching flies. I've only ever caught a fly flying once, and it was actually really funny because I was hanging out with mates. I can't exactly remember where I was, and it was buzzing around, and you could hear it. It was a bigger blowfly, so it was easier to see as well. I'll give it that. But it was flying, and as I caught it, it went like that, and everyone just went, "Did you just catch that?" I opened my hand and it flew out. But yeah, fucking insane. Only ever caught it once while it was in the air. I really want to catch this fly. I want to show you that I can catch it. All right. Oh God, there's so much to talk about that I don't even know if I want to go through this. This just popped up. I didn't even know that they were doing this. I gotta say, I didn't even know that this was like a shelved thing.
Hi, Will Forte here. Tomorrow we're dropping the trailer for Coyote versus Acme. Yes, the long-anticipated, once-canned movie is finally coming out. The trailer is going to blow the roof off the whole Acme conspiracy. So if you're seeing this, I just want to confirm a few things. I am not hiking near any cartoonishly tall cliffs. If a piano is being moved into a tall building, I am on the other side of the street. And I have never bought, nor will I ever experiment with TNT. If I am flattened, exploded, launched, dropped, or otherwise removed from existence, that would be extremely suspicious.
Who's your favorite Looney Tune? Let me know in the chat. Mine's Marvin the Martian. Where's my space modulator? Prepared to be vaporized. I don't know why. I always found him funny as a kid.
Hi, Will.
I don't mind it. It just depends on how they do it, like how good. It seems to look fine in regards to like the live action stuff with the animated stuff. They can usually do things like this reasonably well. Taz, yeah, okay. Where's my space modulator? It's the two lines I know that I can remember. Prepare to be vaporized. So yeah, this could be okay. Just a bit of stupid fun, I guess. Bit of nostalgia. I didn't even realize that this was a thing, and it actually had been shelved, because you listen to what he says at the beginning.
Will Forte here. Tomorrow we're dropping the trailer for Coyote versus Acme. Yes, the long-anticipated, once-canned movie.
Once-canned movie. So they basically, finished the movie and it just got canned. I landed on my mic. And he's in the perfect position. I didn't catch him. I wasn't close enough because I didn't want to hit the mic and make a big amount of noise. So I completely missed him. Yeah, it could just be some campy, fucking cheesy fun, I feel. Something like that. And then there was also... land! Not on me. Man, this fly is really pissing me off. I thought that was it there for a second. And then there was a Super Troopers trailer. You want to watch that? Shall we watch this? I just want to say thanks again, guys, in the chat for all the support. Thank you. Giggity for 2 says Rhino is back-to-back fly catching champion. The back-to-back, that's right. The 2-time. 94, 95. The 2-time fly catching champion. I like it. I like it. Oops. All right, let's watch this trailer. I don't even recall seeing the second one, to be fair. And the thing is with stuff like this, and this is why I kind of didn't watch Naked Gun, although I keep being told to watch it. It's also why I didn't watch Happy Gilmore, the second one, because I just feel like comedy these days, I cringe more through comedy these days than I do laugh. because comedy can't be done the way comedy really should be done. At least the way I'm used to comedy being. Yeah, I haven't heard that it's that great either, to be honest.
All units respond.
Like, even going back to things like Clerks and Clerks 2, I guess, even, and like Dogma and stuff like that. Chasing Amy. Or even your oh man, why am I blanking on their name? Holy Grail and stuff like that. What are they called again? Chad, help me out. I completely blanking on it.
Reports of a high-speed chase.
I give
Monty
to
Python,
you.
thank you.
Whoa,
Thank you,
our
Jack.
first electric patrol car.
Thank you, Chad. Sorry, I missed all of that.
I give to you. Our first electric patrol car.
Fuck electricity. Boom.
See, like, okay, so that to me already is funny because I sell cars and I fucking hate the electric cars. I hate the electric car market. That's kind of funny. All right.
Well. If it isn't the old timers passing the torch to the new generation.
You beat my rookie in a foot race? No ticket. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, go!
Hey, Thorny, we're super excited for your hot sister's wedding.
To Rod Farva. Son of a bitch. Got any beer? That's my shirt. It's a good sex shirt.
I got a Postmates delivery of 12 short and wide condoms to Rod Farva.
Only 12? I guess I'll have to do.
Here I come, babe!
Come get your cream, girl! I'm gonna stop this wedding. Mom, Dad, this is Farva.
Oh my God, babe, you clean up great.
I wonder if they have any white tea here. Oh, wait, that's me, Whitey.
We do like racial humor.
Who doesn't?
See, to me, in the current climate that we're in right now, that just seems like, I'm sorry, I don't laugh at that. Maybe once upon a time I would have. Maybe once upon a time I would have. But it's just not funny now. And you know why that's not funny? Because there's actually no real truth in, like, they're playing it off. Yes, I know it's a bit and all of that kind of shit. And I know it's supposed to be, like, completely out of this world cringe funny. But I don't know. It's because that's not how, like, again, that how they would react. It's the complete opposite to how they react, but it's still not funny.
Farva texted me his list of demands for the bachelor party. Bum fights, Russian roulette, strip club. What the hell? Hello, boys.
Whoa. Let's hope that... I can't see if there's any more of that. That was pretty close to the edge, wasn't it? YouTube, it wasn't my fault. It was the trailer's fault. That's really dangerous right now because everybody's being taken down. Everybody's being demonetized recently because of all the AI crap going on at YouTube. I mean, look, under normal circumstances, I'd probably go back and just take a quick peek again. But we can't do that now. Yeah, the music's fine. The music's going to get me copyright claimed. But seeing half-naked women and a side boob, I don't know if that's... and I don't know if I can continue playing because I don't know if they're going to show it again, and I really don't want to show it again. Hold on a second. We're at 1 minute 25. Okay, yeah, okay. Again, current climate that we're in. Wow, no, that's really bad. I might have to take this stream down. You actually do see nipple. I can't believe they actually showing nipple in a trailer. I actually can't believe that. But this is where it goes from there. Gee, they're really hitting everything. You could almost put the Quartering's face on this next line.
Oh, boys, pull up a cup chair.
I don't know if I want to fucking... Man, this is dangerous!
Feel drift, motherfucker!
Watch it, Farber.
Is it possible we're no longer the cool guys in our own story?
Not a fucking chance. Okay, Farva, time to pick your snake. This guy's actually kind of cute.
Since it's the neck, it's best to suck it out.
Oh. Check it out.
No.
Barbara, that's my mom.
Fucking idiots.
Not interested. If it comes up on like TV one day or something like that, it'd be the same as the second one. I've never watched, well, like I said, I can't remember watching the second one if I have. Maybe I haven't, I just can't remember. But, you know, if it was to come up one day, maybe I'd sit down and watch it. Man, I'm really scared now. Fucking Jay's channel got fucking done for guns or something. Like that fucking, we just got side boob and nipple. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Be prepared. Be prepared. All right, let's talk a little bit about Jeremy the Quartering, and we'll then move on to all the Star Wars stuff. G'day, SWA. How you doing? What the fuck am I doing? I don't know. I don't know. Fucking apparently showing nipple through a trailer on my stream. So there was the H3H3 thing, which was actually kind of funny. And this is the short that he came up with. Look, I've sort of gone, like, I've sort of still been paying little bits of attention. It's still getting out there and it's still making the rounds. And that's not where we wanted to go. So there's only a couple of things here. I just thought that this was hilarious. Obviously, I jumped on the bandwagon of making a short. Oh, well, like, you know, I didn't put it on. It wasn't really a short. It was just something that, you know, parody that I put on YouTube. Jumped onto the end of like Smash JT, Stuttering Craig, Flash, and I think there was one or two others. I can't remember exactly. Did all the watermarks and stuff. This one though, like, obviously we were jumping onto the end of one of Jeremy's shorts, whereas this is really funny because it's, you know, him making a short out of one of Jeremy's videos or the clip.
Watch when their eyes lock. You won't believe how desperately she wants her friend to come. He gets cock-blocked so hard. Check it out and let me know what you think in the comments.
Yeah. Melanie and I will be watching the football game tonight, and Hannah Claire will probably be going somewhere family-orientated.
I can't watch football with you guys? You can. I would love that.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Wow, thanks, Melanie. I'm not Jeremy.
Yeah.
We just didn't know if you wanted to, but I'm great at watching sports. And by that, I mean I'm solidly okay.
Well, yeah, well, we got to figure out where we're going to go. I have a dinner place I want to go.
The thing that I find really funny watching this clip and watching all the drama and everything going on is that I believe both of these women are like, of course, supporting Jeremy and trying to back him up in all of this drama that's going on. And like, even just from this clip, the side eye that Jeremy gives to the camera, the disappointment that you see in Jeremy's body language, and like, you know, Hannah, I think that's her name, saying, I'm great at watching sports. You know, like, I mean, it just seems so like obvious that Melanie, you didn't want this situation to happen where it was just you and Jeremy going out for dinner and then watching some game or something like this. Everybody's talking about the fact that it looks like you say help me, or you mouth help me to Hannah, if that's her name. And I don't know, it's pretty obvious to everyone except for the people involved, which is kind of weird. Oh, yes, Flash does put me through the ringer on Flashcast every weekend. Although I'm not going to be on Flashcast this weekend. I've got essentially a long weekend. For the first time in a long time, I actually get the Saturday and the Sunday off because we've got our Anzac Day, lest we forget, our diggers, our troops. And me and some of the boys are going on a little fishing trip just for 2 days. So we're leaving Saturday morning, coming back Sunday afternoon. So unfortunately, I won't be on Flashcast this weekend. But you guys will still get him fucked up. We both get pretty fucked up. Oh, excuse me. Whose eyes are fucked? Jeremy's or mine? My eyes are pretty fucked. So funny. People talk about the dark under Jeremy's eyes. I got dark under my eyes. But I don't care. If I can look like that for ages. It's the way I look. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. I could probably try and get a little bit more sleep. Try and stress a little less. Oh, dude. We got some great fucking fishing down here. It depends on where you go. If you go down to Hastings and go down into like the bay, you get good snapper, good whiting. There's an elephant fish season. You go to Tortoise Head, Turtle's Head. And you fish off there and you get a lot of elephant fish because that's where they go to breed. They're not the best. If you want good fucking, you want the whiting, the King George whiting or the snapper. You can catch some pretty good stuff, but that's saltwater fishing. We're going freshwater fishing, so it'd be like rainbow trout, carp and cod. Be fucking one of those. You don't eat one, you just kill it. But yeah, the whiting, the trout's good though. The trout's good eating. 8 hours per. Oh, I wish. Oh, I wish. Okay, and then obviously, like this is what people were talking about, is that it's gone out of control. You've now got Vito and fucking Dick Masterson talking about it. And this is the thing. I don't know how long it's taken to get to their ears, but, you know, this was just a clip that came out this week, and now they're all of a sudden talking about it. You had to reach Asmongold. Like, I don't know. To me, it almost feels like Jeremy, and I've been sort of paying attention to what people have been saying about your views on some of your streams and stuff recently. Dude, you've done it all to yourself. You've fucked it. Whatever you've got left in the bank now, I'd start trying to invest that and make something out of that, because you're going to start losing your revenue soon. I can, yes, I can. I'll see. I'll see how I go. I might have to remove the entire trailer anyway, so we'll see. But it doesn't mean that the AI won't catch it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it won't have some sort of report show up. I don't know how it all works in the back end, but yeah. Yeah, he's fucked. He's fucked for sure. And he's done it all to himself.
No, either. The Kino Casino was making fun of this, I guess, the quartering. Maybe there's a guy living with them, and they're saying that he's like a bull. So they're saying
see how much information see how much lore in regards to all of this that they actually don't know. And it's not a slight on them. Not that I'm backing these people up because I hate Dick Masterson and I hate Vito, but they just obviously don't know all the details, all the facts behind it. But I think that they know enough to know that false flagging and the reporting and the getting channels and getting videos and shit taken down is fucking wrong.
The guy if you have a guy who's known for cucking other guys living in your house, then yeah, people are gonna say that.
Is it a guy who's known for cucking other guys? Wait, is that what happened? There's like a
I don't know. Ordinarily, I would say the Kino Casino's lying, but the quartering melted down about it and it keeps saying, my wife is not the issue. He spent a week threatening to take people's YouTube's accounts down. He's gonna ban them from coffee. He's like the horniest guy on the internet. Every time he's on stream with Melanie Mac or anytime he's like talking about women, he's like, oh, we must have it. We must have it. He's staring at her like Smeagol.
I hate to give Kino Casino credit, but
he's right in saying
I'm looking at a GIF of PPP and he's got a triangle. So whenever they got he's been cocked, and he's got the
buddy.
Fuck, that is good radio. I wish I had a triangle now. All right, PPP, well played with the triangle. That's pretty good.
Quartering goes, yeah, it's never been
messaging. No,
he's trying to threaten people in a way that somebody close to them will reach out to them and say, you guys better knock it off. It's the quartering. It's the
a fat guy with a triangle calling you a cuckold. You're you can't. You think that guy's gonna go? Oh well, he's saying he's gonna get YouTube involved. I better put the triangle down.
I better put.
Casino at one point did an entire episode on me. Remember, I generated like an AI anime girl, and you were saying it was Lolly or whatever. We were fighting about it.
Oh yeah.
And then they did this thing where I said, well, if anybody wants to generate their own stuff, go to Bing.com and you can generate as much AI fucking anime shit as you want. And they censored me saying Bing.com. They bleeped it out. And Andy Worski went, listen, Vito's trying to share some degenerate lolicon website. So we had to bleep that out. And I said, fucking well played, Kino Casino. And dude, his whole audience went, I can't believe that on Biggest Problem, Vito gives away links to lolicon websites. And I'm like, you fuckers, you motherfuckers. I got to get a triangle.
Claiming I let some F-A-G, I can't even spell it.
Yeah.
Fuck my wife.
Wait, is he calling his friend
an
F slur? That's horrible. I would never let some gay guy fuck my wife.
They hit a generational run of meltdowns from Ralph,
iDubbbz
quartering.
To show this image, basically, okay? This is who you're arguing with, saying, stop talking about my wife. Is
look at PPP and fucking Worski in their fucking costumes. God, those two are entertaining as hell.
Is one guy dressed as a giant carrot and the other guy dressed as the fucking
Easter
Easter
guy
bunny.
Dressed as a gay ghost.
I don't even need to hear what they're saying to go, I think I'm on the side of the Easter bunny.
Yeah. So it's hit all other kinds of fucking levels, man. Everybody knows, everybody's heard. And this is, I just wanted to show this. I think we may have shown this on Flashcast. I can't remember. But it's just him coping with everything, everybody basically picking on him. It's funny, when you see somebody do this and he's trying to play it off. He's trying to drop the temperature of everything by sort of taking it on, trying to make it seem like he's making fun of himself. But dude, the thing is, let me play the clip.
All right, well, that is the show for today. I've got to do a bunch of low effort short slop that everyone's really mad about. I've got to do that, even though everyone does it. And, instead of complaining about it, you could just do it yourself.
So you could just do it yourself. If you want to make fucking shitty, lazy content, you could just do it yourself. There was actually, I don't know if I've actually saved it. It could be amongst all of these tabs I have. Just give me 1 second here. There was a short that he recently did where he literally said like 2 words. Like literally said 2 words. Fuck, I've got that many fucking tabs. I gotta make sure I don't X one by accident. No. Fuck, I don't think I saved it, which is really fucking annoying. I didn't. But yeah, there was a recent one that came out where he literally said like fucking 3 words. And that was it. Let me actually see. Hold on 1 second. Let me check one more place. Because I think I saw it on Twitter, but if it's on Twitter, then it should be on his channel, right? Shorts. Let me bring this over here really quickly. So like these are his more recent shorts. Let's take a look. I haven't found the one that I saw on Twitter yet.
Every guy dreams of having a backyard bunker, but this exceeds all expectations. Check this out.
So that's the extent of his. I
mean, I like my garbage man as much as the next guy, but this is on another level. Check it out. This is why you always keep your eye on people, especially in public areas. What do you think about this? Check it out.
Do you know?
Cheating's bad, but this woman is a diabolical genius. Check this out. Ah, yes, a magical word that allows a certain percentage of the population to do whatever the heck they want. Here we go again. Check this out. Well, I've got 3 German Shepherds, and they're definitely trying to protect my home a lot too, so I'm on this dog's side. Check it out. Distracted driving is a major problem in this country. Checking your emails while...
I've had enough. That's the extent of the content of the shorts or the commentary on the shorts. And they're his most recent ones. So, like, yes, dude, everybody's making fun of you and everybody's fucking saying that you're basically just stealing people's content. There's no transformative shit about it. You're basically just, check it out. What do you think? Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. And then grabbing other people's videos and putting them up to basically try and get subscribers and fucking views and, prop up your numbers and all of that kind of thing. And then you come out on a live stream and you're like, I've got to go and make some lazy shorts now. Like, it's like, oh, they're not lazy shorts. Anyone can do it. You could do it. Instead of complaining about it, you do it. No, I just scrolled down by accident. So, dude, I don't know what's next for you, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. All right, we got a heap of Star Wars tabs that we've got to get through here. And there's some wild shit. So obviously, before we actually get into all of these tabs that I've got, let me talk about Maul Shadow Lord really quickly. Like I sort of said at the beginning of the stream, Maul Shadow Lord for me, I have watched every episode and I'm finding it hard to retain what I'm viewing. And I don't know whether or not that's just because I'm at a level where I really I just hate it that I don't care anymore. And then people would probably ask, well, why do you bother watching it? It's kind of like what I sort of said earlier in regards to I don't think I'll ever sort of stop commentating on Star Wars. My love for original Star Wars and real Star Wars, George Lucas Star Wars, the expanded universe, all of that stuff, will never waver no matter what Disney does, because you got to remember, and it's almost like at this point in time, I'm almost like, thank God Disney decanonized the expanded universe. As much as it would have been awesome to be able to get those books and those stories adapted to live action or into some sort of story or even an animated show or something like that. You know what would have made for a good animated show if they had have adapted it properly? It would have made good in live action, but I'm just saying it would be the X-Wing series. You know, a nice number of series of books, plenty of events that happen and take place that you could do over a good season, a couple seasons of television. And then you do your other movies around that sort of thing. And you get your books and you do your movies and you do your trilogies and all that kind of shit. You know, you do your Heir to the Empires and fucking whatever else. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of like, it's almost a blessing in disguise now looking back at it and them decanonizing the expanded universe. Because you think about it. They brought Thrawn in. Look what they did to him. It's not the same character. Not even close. Not even close. You know, there's the rumors of Mara Jade coming in. Well, fuck, you've already fucked the ability to bring Mara Jade into the story. But that doesn't matter. Just like bring back Ben Solo doesn't matter to these people. They are seal clappers. They're not fans of really anything. They're fans of nostalgia and what this can do for social justice and you know, that's it. That's all it is. And I think about when I watch something like Maul Shadow Lord, and like, okay, there's some okay, fine, I guess, stuff in there, but it's boring. I am a little bored watching it. Again, I don't know whether or not that's a result of my hatred for Disney Star Wars or not. You know, the way that Maul is kind of wanting to manipulate this Devon character. There's some okay stuff in there. I would never go so far to say that it's George Lucas level Star Wars. There's actually so much wrong with it that it completely separates itself, just like everything else, from actual George Lucas Star Wars. But there's so many people out there, oh, this is George Lucas. This is such George Lucas Star Wars. This is what George Lucas would have done with the sequel trilogy. Like, yeah. But see, that's not even stopping them, though. Think about this. It didn't stop them bringing Thrawn in and completely changing him and completely cucking the shit out of him. It won't change when they come into bringing in fucking any of the expanded universe characters or anything that we've seen. You know, there was the talk of them redoing the game, the Knights of the Old Republic. And everybody's like, oh, awesome, they're going to do it. You think that that's a good idea? Do you really think, with what Disney has given us, that that's a good idea? Really? They've proven themselves that they can do Star Wars well enough that you want them to touch one of the best Star Wars games, pretty much universally loved amongst actual Star Wars fans. It's a blessing in disguise, guys. Think about it like that now. Yeah, it pissed everybody off. We gave them a chance. When they said that they were getting rid of the expanded universe and they're like, oh, we're going to do our own new thing, blah, 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 and it's all going to be good and everything, everyone gave him a chance. Even Ryan Kennel gave him a chance. I wish I had have noticed it when he did. I'd be a lot more further along in my fucking disdain and disgust for Disney Star Wars. Derek Lopez says that's why Star Wars theory is a retard. He keeps throwing in it's George Lucas. I've seen. He doesn't realize Disney has never respected George Lucas's stories from the start. No, he doesn't realize that. But see, like I don't understand theory sometimes. I really don't. I would actually really love to have a conversation with that man. And I know that there's nothing that I'm really going to say. His whole business, everything that he's built revolves around Star Wars and the strength of Star Wars. He's going to do everything he can to find the good in the bad. The problem is that it's that using that George Lucas, it's George Lucas's stories. It's George Lucas's fucking Star Wars. This is the closest that we've had ever since Disney's taken it over. Whatever. Blah, 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 blah. It'd be interesting to see what his response is to The Mandalorian and Grogu. It'd be really interesting to see his reaction to that and what he thinks of that. Whether or not he's going to have the same thing as The Rise of Skywalker, where he comes out of it saying, oh, it's amazing, it's great, it's fantastic, blah, 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 it's the best. And then over time, it sort of starts to sink in that, hang on a second, I had my beer goggles on. I couldn't see shit, really. I was seeing double while I was watching it. I barely spoke about Maul Shadow Lord. I got nothing really to say about it other than the fact that Maul shouldn't exist. And it's so evident that they're going to bring fucking Vader in. And fucking Vader's going to end up losing to Maul because he has to. Or circumstances will occur where, like, you know, a bit like in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, you know, when Vader's dragging Obi-Wan through the hot coals, and then the lady, hang on, before that, fucking Vader snuffs out the fucking flames with the Force, then drags Obi-Wan through it, then the flames get reignited again, and Vader just stands there on the other side of the flames when literally 2 seconds ago he blew the flames out with his fucking Force push. But the other thing too is, like, when you look at the wide shot of that, right, just before the gunfire makes the fire relight itself, it's almost like the fence thing in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, where Vader could have literally just walked around the flames if he absolutely had to. But no, he just stands there and watches a droid pick up Obi-Wan Kenobi to save his life. Doesn't grab the droid using the Force, doesn't, you know, he wants revenge. He wants to kill he wants to make fucking Obi-Wan suffer and kill him. He's a Jedi master that still lives out there. And yet, fucking, man, it's so bad. And it's the same fucking shit constantly with fucking Maul. And all they do is fucking seal clap their way through it. Anna shared this. I don't know the legitimacy or where this is actually breaking news, but it doesn't give a source, Anna. So Anna just writes, "Dear God, no." Rachel Zegler really wants to play Princess Leia. Disney, do it. Like, seriously, please do it. Do it. Hey, look, begging's worked before. It worked for Leslie Headland. Please, Queen Kathleen Kennedy, let me make a Star Wars show or movie or whatever. Do it. You say fuck off. I say do it. Dude, what... I understand what you're saying. Please don't get me wrong, Jack W. You say fuck off, and I say fuck off too. It's the stupidest fucking thing that they could one of the stupidest decisions that they could possibly make. But why do you want to stop them from making that stupid decision right now? Even if they make a good decision, right? Let's say in a casting for a Princess Leia, what difference will that make Does that mean just because they've done a good casting that that show or that movie is going to be done well or written well or anything like that? They've proven that that's not the case. So I completely agree with you with the fuck off. But in the same token, fucking do it. I mean, hopefully we get a fucking maybe you can walk in the same shoes as fucking whatever her name was and do a diss track when fucking everyone comes after you for being an absolute insufferable bitch still. Jack W, please don't get me wrong. I wasn't like taking any shots at you or anything like that. It's just I understand the premise of like you don't want them to continue destroying Star Wars. They've already done enough damage to the point where there's no return. There is no return. Because the only return that they could make that could possibly bring people back, like actual fans back, is decanonizing what they've done and reinstating the expanded universe. It's the only thing. And then even still them doing that, I don't have trust in the people working at Lucasfilm to adapt the Thrawn trilogy, the Thrawn duology, Plagueis, Maul, the Maul books, which is what they should be doing instead of this Maul Shadow Legend telling a story when after the point of him actually supposed to be dead. What else have we got here? This is a behind the scenes of Andor. I don't know. Obviously, it's not the Star Wars account or anything, but you know the light and magic. Let's just take a listen to this.
I couldn't love Andor more, and just to be a part of it.
What I learned on this show, what I learned from Moen, is how wonderful it is when the visual effects supervisor on the show and the people.
Is this old? I feel like I've seen this. Why is this a new post? Why is this a new post? I'm sure I've seen this. This is the thing, though. There was another one in here. Hold on one second. No, it wasn't that. No, that's all the park shit. That's all the Mandalorian stuff. I got all these tabs and I probably didn't even fucking keep it. Basically, it's what the point that I'm trying to make in regards to that is they tend to pull old news, like Star Wars or people revolved around Star Wars, tend to pull like old news out to, I think it's honestly the only thing that I can think that it's for is just to get Star Wars on people's lips again. Like get the Star Wars flowing out there, if you know what I mean. We're not going to watch that. I don't even fucking care anyway about Andor. The best show Star Wars has done with some of the worst fucking things to be being done in a Star Wars universe. I never know because of the chat sizes and stuff like that and the people that do sort of come and go in these streams on who and who hasn't heard my takes on Andor. You know, and why I think that, you know, while there's some okay, decent character work in there and there's some okay, I guess, decent storytelling in there, at least it tells a fucking story. I'll say that. It's still within the Star Wars universe, it still has fucking problems. It still has some major problems. I mean, the Luthen store stuff, all the fucking things that were in Luthen's store were designed for the seal clappers to clap. You know, you got your holocrons in the background, you've got your Star Killer armor, you've got your Padme headdress, you've got your fucking Temple Guard helmet. And the thing that always got to me in regards to that is that this place must be emanating with Force energy, right? That the Emperor on Coruscant, mind you, that the Emperor and probably Vader could sense or feel. And why aren't they going and raiding this place for at least the 2 holocrons sitting in the background in that back room? And then you got the prison scene, which is just fucking retarded if you ask me. The premise of how they find out that they're never going to be able to leave there means that this is the first time in however long that this place has been operating that they've never actually let anyone go once they've finished their sentence. They moved that person into another fucking unit, and because he's obviously going to tell the people, hey, I finished my term and they never released me. I used to be in that unit and now I'm in this unit. And then they get up and rebel. That's the first time it's ever happened. So they released everybody prior to that person. But that just as Andor gets in there, they just don't. So how convenient for the story. And then why are we not using droids to build a top secret fucking super weapon, parts for a super weapon, as opposed to using sentient beings that need to be fed and toileted and sleep and all of this kind of thing, when all you need to do is fucking program some R2 droids that fucking mechanics that fucking all you need to do is charge them. It's so stupid. Oh, the best scene is one way out, fucking run, fucking, and then everybody jumps into the water and fucking 5,000 prisoners just happen to jump into the water except for one because he doesn't know how to swim. Oh, how sad for everybody. And then they all jump into the water, and then either everybody drowned or everybody swam into a different direction than Andor and his buddy because they were the only 2 that made it to the beach. Quite incredible that not even one other person followed them to that beach. Those 2 went this way, and 4,998 other people swam that way. Or drowned. Moving right along. Andor has some major issues when it comes to being in the Star Wars universe. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Oh, Luthen's fucking great. His dialogue's fantastic. Fucking... Here we go. Jon Favreau. So obviously with the lead up to The Mandalorian, everybody thought, and I know that this has come out before, again, this actually might be the thing. This is old news. Old news being posted fucking 8 days ago. Jon Favreau on the shelved Mandalorian Season 4 speaking to Empire Magazine. And again, I'd have to check to see, is this a new interview where he's saying the exact same thing that he said fucking a year ago or a couple of months ago or whatever? We were planning on doing a 4th season. I had actually written all of that. Sorry, I was about to say all of it. I still have Season 4 sitting on my desk here. We're reporting this as new news. We're reporting this, to me just seems like, again, let's just get Star Wars out there. Let's get, like, it's just another way to try and get Star Wars at the top of the trending topic lists. I know that they think that it's peak fire. And again, I would love to have conversations with them about it. Because I know from I know from Maul's streams on Andor and stuff like that, that they criticized the people that were still giving this show shit, like myself, and saying that the reason why we don't like it is because it doesn't have lightsabers and it doesn't have Force users. Mate, it's got nothing to do with any of that. It's got to do with the fact of it being in the Star Wars universe. And how it doesn't fit within the lore, within the canon, and the continuity of those things. You could say that the characters were great, and you could say that the dialogue was written really well, and you could say that the sets look good. At least they were a little bit more practical than just being in the volume. I agree with you on most of that stuff. But as soon as you insert this into the Star Wars galaxy and you start asking questions like, why did they use sentient beings as opposed to droids to build top secret parts for a top secret weapon? And then why did they make the fatal mistake, just as Andor got there, to not release a prisoner that had done his time and just recirculate him back into another unit, which then blew the whole fucking project up? Convenient, and it just happens to happen then. Again, I'm repeating myself. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get an opportunity to have a chat with these people. I like Mauler. I like Critical Drinker. I don't agree with them on their takes on Andor. I agree with them on a lot of other takes. Does that mean I fucking hate him? No. There's certainly not fence riding like fucking Theory is. That's now four Star Wars Disney Plus shows cancelled or buried. The entire Mandoverse future depends on how Ahsoka Season 2 performs. Hang on a second. No, it doesn't have anything to do with the way that Mandalorian and Grogu performs. The Mandoverse has nothing to do. Cope. We get a poster for the 2027 Star Wars celebration in Los Angeles. I wonder how big that's going to be. And then you get the prices. So here's your ticket prices. Jedi Master VIP, $1,210.99. I wonder how many of those they're going to sell. I wonder how many of those they're going to give away. Star Wars Explains in that category. Eric Voss is in that category. I don't know. Possibly Fake Kyle Katarn is in that category. I'd still be willing to talk to him. I'd actually talk to them about that. And again, I don't think I'd ever go in and actually change their mind. And I would never go in with the intention of changing their mind. Did I grow up watching Star Wars? I did. Although the original trilogy ended the year I was born, 1983. So, I grew up watching, the original trilogy, of course. And then when the prequels came out in theaters, that was my big Star Wars, I guess, moment. But yes, grew up watching and loving Star Wars. And it's funny, because how people always talk about, this show's for kids, that's why it's not that good. Or that's the justification, right? It's for kids, it's for kids, it's for kids. Well, as a kid watching Star Wars, yeah, loved it. Loved the lightsabers, loved the fights, loved the whole idea of these space wizards fucking doing their thing, right? The adventure, the story, the difference between good and evil within the story, all of that stuff resonates with you as a kid. But then when you get older and you see some of the deeper themes and you see a little bit more meaning in the father-son elements of Vader or Anakin and Luke and other bits and pieces that come with it. And then you get the context of the prequels and stuff. Yeah, they're not perfect. It's crazy that as you get older, there's even more meaning, or there can be even more meaning behind something like that. But as a kid, you loved it. It might have been made for kids, but it was still intelligent enough. It was still mature enough to give you adult enough themes that when you actually got older, you started to see those fucking things. Made you love it even more. Oh, that would have been awesome. Good time to be alive. Good time to be alive. Can't say the same for now. 4-day adult ticket is $260. A 1-day adult for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is $91. Geez, that drops quite dramatically, doesn't it? 1 day for adult, Thursday, $76. Wow. What's happening on the Thursday that's so amazing that 1 day is $76, but the 3 days over the course of the weekend is only $91? Wow. All right. 4 days for kids is $105.99. 1 day for kids for the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Sorry, not all three. Friday, Saturday, or Sunday is $49, and then the Thursday is $36. That makes actually more sense. 1 day is $9. Sorry, I read it wrong. I said and, not or. Who cares? Again, the diminishing returns that they've been getting. Why would anyone look? Okay, let's think about what happened at the last Star Wars Celebration, 2023. I think that was the last one. That's the last one I can fucking remember. It's the one where they announced Rey movie, Charmin Obeyed Shinoy came out, and then they announced the Mandalorian and Grogu movie to distract from the fucking blow up from Charmin Obeyed Shinoy. You had the announcement of Dave Filoni's movie, and you had the announcement of James Mangold's movie. We haven't had anything happen in the 3 years in regards to those three movies. Why would you go and waste your money? $1,200 even for VIP tickets to go and maybe possibly hear announcements and shit that you'll never fucking hear about again. The most that you'll hear about fucking any of those three projects from the 2023 Star Wars Celebration announcements is the Rey movie. The script is still being worked on, and it's going to be worth the wait. And most of that only ever comes from Daisy Ridley. Fucking go waste your money, you fucking idiots. And then obviously we had this. Now, the one thing that I will point out is that it is Disney's Leia. You can tell by the hair, you can tell by the outfit. It's Disney's Han, Luke, and Leia. Where is the picture? Kind of going for a bit of that Return of the Jedi look, but that is what he was wearing in the season finale of Mando Season 2. I think it's also what he's wearing in the Book of Boba Fett. Han, I mean, dude, that you could not make these characters look more campy. The hair on all, they look like fucking action figures. They look like dolls in this picture. I mean, look at Han's hair. Look at Han. Come on now. What the fuck? What is this? We got Luke Skywalker. We've got Princess Skin Leia, and you've got Han Skin Solo. This fucking looks ridiculous. And fucking how long did it take them to do this? And it's not even fucking, it's Disney's Luke, it's Disney's Leia, and it's Disney's Han, and they look stupid. And I'm not blaming these cast members. I know that's what they call them. I'm not blaming these people. They're just taking a job and fucking, that's it. But God, do they look fucking retarded. They look retarded. What was this? This was from Variety. No Harrison Ford, Disneyland, new Han Solo debut at Galaxy's Edge and gets roasted by fans for worst wig ever. Couldn't agree more. I mean, we just saw it, didn't we? Disney just can't do anything right with Star Wars. Can't do anything right with Star Wars. Let's look at this little fucking trailer thing that they did for. Of course, they do. I don't know if I saw a video. Maybe there is with Luke and Han as well. But this was the only one that I mean, at least try and get some people that look like Han, Luke, and Leia. None of them even look close to the actual character that they're supposed to be portraying. And the thing is like when you cast somebody like a Darth Vader or a Kylo Ren, for example, it doesn't really matter. They got the mask on. You don't really need. But when you're doing characters like this, at least try and get somebody that look. You're never going to get somebody perfect, but there are people out there that look like these people. Impersonators, whatever. But see, I think that's probably another problem too, is that, you know, any real Star Wars fan that gets, I mean, look, if I was to, not that I could, because I don't look anything like him or them, let's say I was to be asked to play Han or Luke in the park, I'd immediately say fucking no, first of all, because I hate that shit. But also too, like I'd be telling them, get somebody that looks like him. Oh, Rono, will you be Luke in our fucking theme park? No, get somebody that looks like Luke Skywalker to be him. It is sad. It is very sad. Let's see, what else have we got? Let's get rid of some of these tabs. We talked about that. We talked about that. Let's take a look at this, shall we? So, Elon Musk posts this, but it's not Elon Musk's video. It's just he posted the video because the person's using Grok, I think. G'day, Keely Chow. How you doing? Star Wars, as explained by Grok, but you got to hear the prompt that it's given.
Summarize Star Wars with the most foul language you can.
In a galaxy fucked up beyond all reason, some whiny bitch-ass farm boy named Luke Skywalker teams...
I actually might... this just gave me an idea that I might actually get, like, ask Grok or ask one of them to explain Disney Star Wars and why it destroys real Star Wars and see what it says. Ah, fuck you. That's so funny, Caleb. Rono, would you like to play Han Solo in a Disney park? No! Fuck.
up with a wise old cocksucking wizard Obi-Wan to rescue a princess from a wheezing asthmatic Sith cunt Darth Vader, who's choking out his own goddamn officers while hunting a hairy smuggler prick Han Solo and his Wookiee sidekick Chewbacca. They blow up the Empire's massive death ball station twice. Daddy reveals he's Luke's sperm donor in a plot twist shittier than a Rancor's diarrhea.
Holy shit.
Some green Muppet frog fucker Yoda trains the kid to swing a lightsaber. Ewoks turn the tide like tiny furball badasses, and the whole saga's a clusterfuck of family incest vibes, Force Ghost circle jerks, and Skywalker spoons ruining everything for 7 bloated prequel and sequel shit shows.
Uh-oh.
Wow. There you go. There you go. I might actually do that. I'll see if I can get a recording, some audio of AI explaining Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, and why it destroys fucking real Star Wars. All right. So obviously, with the lead up to The Mandalorian and Grogu, the promotion and everything has fully ramped up. There is no hype out there. Who here? Let's put a poll in the chat, actually. We haven't done one for a while. Let's do a poll here. I think I already know the answer. You like my spelling? Go back. Valkyra comes through with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. I appreciate the gifted memberships.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, Mother, read that.
So
Mother, don't let the American bitch.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did. Tell you what to do. I think it's bedtime, Mother. Question mark. I think it's bedtime for Mother. You pushed so far. That's the type of videos that we watch on fucking Happy Hump Day.
I gotta pee. Oh my god.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Pray the grey away. How's the poll looking? Oh, there's 6% of you that are hyped. That could just be trolls. Okay. If you don't mind exposing who you are, put a 1 in the chat if you clicked yes, you are hyped for Mandalorian and Grogu. Let's see. I'm really curious on what's hyping you for this fucking movie. What's hyping you for this movie? Let's see. This is the thing. We're going to watch it, actually. I won't say anything just yet. Actually, no, I will. The fucking shills think that this movie is going to make $2 billion. In fact, they're now fucking backpedaling a little bit and saying, oh, it's at least going to make $1 billion. But dude, with what I'm seeing and hearing, I'd honestly be surprised if it cracked 400 million. I mean, it seems out of the realms of possibility that it could be that low. And fucking, it's so funny that you just said that. It popped up as soon as I fucking finished saying that sentence. This is the popcorn buckets and the drink. So Mando's helmet is the drink.
I would like to see the baby.
The baby. That's fucking... Even the way that Sigourney Weaver in the trailer talks about it. It's about the Mandalorian, a bounty hunter, and a baby. Dude, this baby is older than most of you fucking people in universe. You can get the AT-AT popcorn bucket. Gee, it doesn't look like it actually holds that much popcorn. Look at that. I mean, yeah, it might fill out these sections, but fuck. And then you just got buckets, like normal buckets. Wow. Oh, little Mando Grogu toys. Key rings. Wow. What a popcorn bucket selection. Wouldn't surprise me if they made more out of the popcorn buckets than they did the movie. What's this next one? Oh, yeah. So the next promotion, WWE. They have the Mandalorian and Grogu show up. I just find the announcer in this really funny.
Even the Mandalorian and Grogu, who traveled to see tonight.
It's like you can see him just reading the exact words that he has to say off his sheet.
It's action.
Yeah, look, obviously it's a promotion. You know, even channels these days, they're doing ad reads and stuff like this, and they're reading exactly what they're told to read. To me, they're so desperate.
And we have a sneak peek.
You don't think it might be a massive amount of Star Wars fans in this crowd that probably would be all like if Star Wars was in a good light, people would be sort of crowding around the Mandalorian and Grogu here.
At their new movie, Star Wars.
They got security, but this security guard doesn't even need to be there because nobody gives a fuck.
Grogu, filmed for IMAX and in theaters May 22nd. Even
cool. So they even go into the lengths of WWE. Then there's ads like this that they've been pumping out shit on the Star Wars Twitter page. We might check this out and then we'll go and actually have a look at their Twitter page.
Excuse me. Grogu, we talk about honesty.
Who reached out about the movie first?
You were cast before me. And you were the reason I said yes.
Who eats more snacks?
You wish. You wish.
Who's the messiest? Who takes more naps?
I like a nap, but yeah, go ahead. You got this one. Good. Honest boy.
Who's a better pilot?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Excuse me. Grogu, we talk about honesty. Thank you. You have learned well, my son.
Last one. Who's more protective?
Equal?
They are trying so hard to do that. They still think that Grogu is the draw. And you know what's really crazy is that for the people out there that actually still care about this, it is the draw. Star Wars isn't the draw. The Mandalorian's not the draw. It's the fucking baby. The 55 to 60-year-old by now baby that still can't speak. That still, you heard the way that it's. It understands. It can point. It can fucking. It got complete cognitive ability. Except for that one thing, can't speak. Let's take a look here. That's just the trailer, which we're going to watch soon. Wow. Wow. Get your tickets. I can't wait to see the ticket sales. All right, so let's see. Like I said, they're pumping these little fucking things out. Oh, dude. And you know what's crazy? Let's take a look here real quick. Trailer that's pinned. 14,000 likes. 1.2 million. Is that views? Yeah. 93 million views. 1.4 likes. Let's not listen to that again. 79k views. 1.5 likes. 89k views. 1,800. 100. That one that we just watched has 130. Sorry, I've almost read that completely backwards. 321 views with 6.8 likes. This is the thing. Even looking at, let me just, no, that's not it. Star Wars. Official clip, hey? Let's check this out really quickly. The last trailer that they had, the final trailer that they had, still only has 4.1 million views. Think about that for a second. I want to remind you that the Force Awakens trailer had hundreds of millions of views. Hundreds of millions. I don't fucking, let's see. $112 million views. Yes, 10 years ago. 112 million views. I bet you it had more than 50% of those views before the actual movie came out. It would have had at least over 50 million views before it came out. Think about that in contrast to the last Mandalorian trailer, 4.1 million. What was the previous Mandalorian trailer? Where is that? Fucking all this Maul crap. 11 million views 2 months ago. They got 146 million views on the 16-second teaser for the trailer and only got 11 million views on the actual trailer. How crazy is that? 146. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. That makes me feel even more retarded. It's 146,000 views, not million views, sorry. And 11 million on the first trailer, last trailer. That's telling. 4.1 million. And then they released this original clip, because that's all they do on the YouTube channel now. It's 14 hours ago, has basically 100,000 views. Oh, we're going to watch this anyway. We got a little bit more context behind that to get to before we actually watch that. So popcorn bucket, promotion at WWE. In fact, I don't know why I just fucking took that down. I should actually bring that back up. Because we're going to watch that final trailer. Let's take a look. We're going to watch this final trailer. Okay, Wesley.
We've all heard stories of the Mandalorian bounty hunter and a child.
Mandalorian bounty hunter and a child. Now, yeah, look, obviously the people out there are perceiving Grogu to be a child because that's all he is. He's a tiny little fucking creature, acts like a child, can't speak, goo gagas like a child, and all of that kind of shit. So any rumors that would get out there, yeah, of course, it would be about the Mandalorian and a child. But again, it's so forced in regards to how they're playing this up. It really does feel that way.
I only hunt Imperial war criminals. I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor first.
We're protecting everything the rebellion fought for.
Good luck. You're gonna need it. Strap in.
We need a professional.
Hang on.
What happens when you're not there to protect him?
You good? I'll be right behind you. Go. Go.
You think he's really going to go? There's something else I'm going to show you soon.
Mandalorian, you will suffer. Then it will be his turn.
Monsters. The old protect the young. And then the young. Protect the old.
I've heard, obviously, a lot of people talking about that line out there. Grogu's always been older than you. Now, yeah, based on fucking physical...
It's time.
Are you scared? You should be.
Good job, baby.
This is the way.
Oh, this is so gay. I want to show you the thing that I put on Twitter this week. Give me 1 second here because I didn't actually bring it up earlier. There it is. So, like, I've talked about this stuff with a lot of you guys in the chat in the past. But I just thought I'd make a little quick, 45-second video. Couple of things you may have missed from the first Mandalorian trailer. Now, I said from the first Mandalorian trailer because I think he says this line in that, but it's also in this one. I think.
The kid will live centuries
No,
beyond.
yeah, this is, sorry, the image. Obviously, they used the recycled images from the first trailer to the second trailer. This is a line that he speaks in the first trailer. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
What are you talking about?
So, Mando Season 1, Episode 2, Grogu saves Mando from Mudhorn. Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, Episode 7, Grogu saves Mando from Rancor. Mando, Season 3, Episode 2, Grogu saves Mando via Bo-Katan from Cyborg Creature. Mando, Season 3, Episode 8, Grogu saves Mando from massive explosion when the Star Destroyer fucking crashes into the fucking ground using Force Shield or a bubble. Cam, dude, my brother, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. Raiders, just a little thing. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe and smash that like button. But also, too, I am moving my day of streaming to basically 24 hours prior to when this sort of stream starts as of next week. I've had to change my day off at work. But it's just a better day because I'm not doing so much crossover. Brother, thank you so much. I really appreciate the raid. I hope you had a good stream. You're still talking about fucking quartering? We talked a little bit about him earlier. If you want to, guys in the chat, if you want to go back, and we talked about it a lot more last week, and obviously we've been talking about it a lot more on Flashcast over the last couple of weeks. So I sort of just touched on it a little bit, but it's getting out of hand. We watched the Dick Masterson and Vito fucking clip of them talking about him. It's hitting the stratosphere. Crazy. Fucking crazy. And now we're going through fucking the Mandalorian fucking hype that doesn't exist. So yeah. So I thought it was pretty stupid that he says this line in there that he won't always be around to protect him. Whereas, look, Grogu hasn't saved him in every scenario, in every situation that the Mandalorians needed help in the past. The one thing, though, that Grogu has done is saved the Mandalorian in every sort of major situation. There's even another one in that this same episode, Mando season 3, episode 8, same episode with those red guards, the Praetorian guards or whatever. Fucking Grogu's jumping across the light, fucking fixtures and shit. You know, that's Grogu saving Mando. I just didn't put it in here because I thought that the massive explosion in the force shield and force bubble was more prevalent than something like that. But then it gets worse. Put the Doom music behind it. What are you talking about? Then you've got this. So, Beast busts in. Mum has baby Greedo, because that's what we're calling him now, in pram. Pusher, stroller, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I call it a pram. So there's the baby Greedo in the pram. Mum takes baby Greedo out of pram.
What are you waiting for?
Grogu jumps into pram. And the pram transforms into a fucking rocket ship that he can steal. What are we doing? $2 billion. This movie's going to make $2 billion. Disney Star Wars is pathetic. So, yeah, it was just a fucking 140-second fucking clip that I put out there. Nobody's really hyping up the trailers, but I do feel like people out there are so switched off from Star Wars and they don't care anymore to the point where not even their own fault. They're just overlooking some of the bad shit that they're even seeing in the trailer. They're saying it's boring, it's stupid, it's not really telling us what the story is. There's no real story, actually, based on any of the leaks that you see. No. But, yeah, fucking ridiculous. Where were we? We watched the trailer. Yes, we watched the trailer. Some more of the little promotional shits that they're putting out there. Again, this one has 150,000 views with 3.2 likes. Oh, cool. Grogu armoring up with his little biscuits. Oh, my God. The only thing that is going to drive any hype or promotion for this movie is the cuteness of fucking Grogu, and I feel like that is faulting. Because even some of the women in our sphere that like think that Grogu is cute, like Anna or Nina or I know there's a few others out there. X-Ray Girl, I think even. They know that Star Wars is still shit despite how cute they think that the baby is. That's why when they start on a stream or something, they start doing the whole, oh, it's so cute. They start doing the high pitch fucking hurt my brain fucking sound. I just say, shut up. Like, they know. They know. Anything else? Okay, what is this? Oh, that's the trailer. Oh, sorry, I brought that up because that was not going to be a good one. What else? Wow, new footage. Is there really new footage? Or the Razor Crest. Had the Razor Crest come back. They resurrected it. I haven't seen any new footage yet. That's new. Cool. That looks so lame. That looks so lame. That's new. That's new. Wow. Good job, baby. Oh, bad baby. Oh, you're so cute, baby. That's new. Strap on. You know the funny thing. I just hope. I hope to God I wasn't showing it that whole fucking time. God, what a good streamer I am. I wasn't showing that the whole fucking time. Yes, I fucking am.
We've all heard stories of the Mandalorian.
Now I'm gonna watch it again.
And a child.
Hang on.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Zero interest. Yeah, no, me too.
And protecting everything the rebellion.
The only interest that I have in it now is picking it apart. Picking it apart.
Have to do this the hard way.
And that's even if I can do that, because I can't even get to a point where I'm picking apart Maul, Shadow Lord. It's just, I've lost I've gone past an apathy stage. It's just like, it's not in my heart anymore. I'll still cover it and I'll still fucking, talk about all the shit that they're destroying, just like everything else. Because of my love for actual Star Wars. But the thought of the possibility of them even bringing it back, like turning the corner, making Star Wars good again, it's a mathematical impossibility. There is a 0.000000001% chance that they can recover Star Wars, and in that 0.0000001% chance, the only thing that they can do to swing it is to decanonize, and that's never going to happen. So it's almost a 0% chance.
Sure you are.
Before going into harm's
That was
way,
new.
check your armor first.
It's just there's no heart or soul to any of this promotional stuff that they're doing. Hey, the Ram rocket ship.
Strap in.
Strap on. That's where I said that.
The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Always wear your seatbelt. Was there seatbelts on the Millennium Falcon? It's like when they said take the steering wheel in Mando Season 2. Instead of like take the stick or take the controls. Take the steering wheel. Take the steering wheel. This is Dave Filoni's Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. If you think that he's fixing Star Wars or going to do anything better, he's the one that's been destroying Star Wars. All right, let's watch this fucking, this 1 minute. Oh, let's just, I hope they show the whole thing here. So this was on Jimmy Kimmel. Jon Favreau was on there. And this is what they showed.
Grogu, I need you to go to the control panel.
Zeb, Mando, and is that Boba Fett? Who is that?
Remember?
No. Maybe a prisoner had the handcuffs on, perhaps.
The buttons I told you never to touch, I'm gonna need you to touch them.
Oh, so funny. You know the buttons I told you never to touch? I'm going to need you to touch them. Ha ha ha, it's so cute.
Look for the ignition relay cutoff. It's next to the fuel differential readout, which is between the pump compression gauge and the primary reserve.
You know what's really funny is like there's no labels on any of the buttons. He's saying like it's above this and it's beside that and it's below this and everything else. And obviously Grogu's just using the force. He flicks the switch before he even gets to finish telling him all the instructions of it. Wow, is Grogu saving Mando's life again? Is Grogu saving Mando's life again? Oh,
no.
Nearly killed him.
Don't touch the missile battery switch. That's why there's a safety guard on it. Do you see the fuel readout display?
Oh, it was the wrong
Remember
switch.
I showed you that one? It's on the other side of the manual control surface calibration.
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
That is the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Funny. Oh my god. I gotta just check. Was that the whole actual clip? Because this whole thing is. Oh no, that's the same fucking one. Okay. God, they're gonna. This is gonna fail so hard. Let's go! Peak fire! Dave Fraudloney. Where do we go from here, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to go into the Spaceballs stuff. So, this is a hard one for me. Who out there doesn't like Spaceballs? I mean, it's fucking hilarious. It's great, especially if you are a Star Wars fan. But look, you know, you've got Alien reference in there. You've got fucking... There's some really, really funny, cool stuff in Spaceballs. It's not true, Boss Hog. It's not true. Stop it. I just don't know if they... what I was saying before about comedy, I just don't know whether or not they can pull this off in this day and age. They need to, in this fucking parody, they need to make a massive amount of fun at the sequel trilogy. And I don't think that they're going to do that without taking jabs or shots at the fans. Now, yes, I don't necessarily have a problem with them doing that, but it's going to be, they're going to be pulling punches. They're going to be pulling punches. It's a bit like this. Where is it?
Put a ticket in, make a name and Put a ticket in, make a name and gay.
They pulled punches on Disney. They gave it to the fans as well, but they pulled punches on the fans too. It's just you can't go as hard as you used to be able to go, in comedy anymore. It's nice to see Rick Moranis. It really is. But I got to say, like, in all of this promotional stuff, it almost kind of looks like he doesn't really want to be there, to be fair.
Don't mess around.
Now, look, I think the new one, that's what they're calling it. Now, let's actually listen to... Hang on, I got it here somewhere. Yeah, this.
Nearly 40 years ago, a promise was made.
God willing, we'll all meet again in Spaceballs 2. The search for more money.
And that's what they should have called it. It's what they should have called it.
Money, you know?
Hold it. Wait a minute. It's me, Mel Brooks. I have a major announcement. Spaceballs 2 The Search for More Money is not going to be the title of this movie.
Mistake.
Why not? Because after all these years,
we've got all the money.
I found the money. There it is, the money. It was in my basement.
That's kind of funny. Spaceballs, the money. Like that is kind of funny.
Money. It was in my basement. But everywhere I go, people say, Mel, where's the new Spaceballs? When are you going to make the new Spaceballs? When are you going to make the new one? Well, we did it. And the title is...
The new one.
Spaceballs. The new one. It's just like the old one, but it's newer. That's why it's called the new one. There you have it. I'll see you at the movies. And may the Schwartz be with you.
Yes. I still think it's a mistake. Should have called it Spaceballs, The Search for More Money. Let's listen to what
40
some
years
of these guys
since the
actually...
original? It's been almost?
Why aren't you
Rick is like,
pausing?
yes. Some people... years since the original? 40 years since the original? It's been almost? Rick is like, yes.
Some people say 38, 39.
39 years. 39.
What was it like stepping back into this world together?
Well, for me, it felt like I was living life all over again.
Yeah.
And working with people who are the age that I was the last time I did this.
Yeah.
The only difference was Bill came with his son. But other than that, it felt exactly like the first movie.
To me, it was amazing, similar, but I just needed naps and more coffee.
There you go. Bill, what about you?
I got married to Daphne in the movie, and then I got married in real life a few weeks earlier.
And he got his real wife in this movie, by the way.
And she gets a
Or
laugh.
that is life imitating art. If I've
Yeah,
ever heard
big
one.
circle.
40 years since.
That's all we've got. Look, I was excited when they announced it. I will be excited to see what they do with it. I am tempering my expectations and my hopes based on how bad we do comedy these days. And especially when it comes to Star Wars. Star Wars is so serious right now, or has been ever since Disney took it over. That, like, I don't know. People are fucking the shills out there are probably going to get pissed off over something. Fucking boycott. Don't watch. Fucking something like that. All right. We have... Let me quickly talk about Invincible Season 2 finale, because I actually haven't talked about that. And I just want to say, I'm not going to necessarily spoil anything. This final episode, I really liked. I think that the previous episode, the penultimate episode, was better just because of the amount of action and shit that actually happens. But the one thing that I really like about Invincible is just the character work that they do. For a cartoon, for something, yes, that's gory and shit like that, it's awesome in that sense, but it's still the character work that they do. Mark in this last episode, and you could say the PTSD that he's sort of going through and stuff, really, really good. And then when it finally gets to the end of the episode, dude, I must admit, I'm excited for the next season. Now, look, I know that there's people out there through this season that were pissed off with the tech jacket gender swap. I am too. They made, like, I don't know Tech Jacket from the comic books, but they could have almost not even brought Tech Jacket, this version of Tech Jacket, into this show, because really she was kind of weak and didn't really do too much. Yeah, she assisted in a couple of things, especially in that penultimate episode with the poison stuff that they extracted from those bugs to take out some of the Viltrumites. And I have no doubt that the Tech Jacket probably in the comic book did the same sort of thing. But I can completely understand why people are pissed off, especially if you have read the comics. The other problem with this season was the episode that they brought in, Going to Hell. And it almost seems like they just did that because they want to do an offshoot story or something. And I just think it's a mistake because it was pretty shit. It was pretty boring. I didn't really enjoy it all that much. I thought it did okay for what it did for Mark in a way. with what he was going through at that time. Now he's going through worse shit. And it scares the hell out of him. And the result at the end of it, like, very, very good. I'd say that they did, yeah. Eve was fat, yeah. Well, I don't know. Eve being fat when Mark gets back, she went through obviously what she went through, and she tells Mark all about that and everything. It wouldn't surprise me if she put on a little bit of weight. It wasn't like she was fucking, I don't think she was obese or overweight or anything like that necessarily. But, and I don't know whether or not that's from the comics she was like that, but she obviously went through her own sort of shit and, eating yourself happy, not having Mark there and all of that sort of thing. I can see why she would have put on a little bit of weight, for sure. For sure. Now, this week, guys, we only have, one seal of the week. So we're not going to do a vote, actually. Let me end the poll in the chat here. We got 101 votes on Are You Hyped for Mando and Grogu? We'll end it. And 11% said yes, and 89% said no. No. Pretty cat. Thank you. Yeah, that's Eric. Eric. Hey, bud. Oh, and Charles is down there. There you go. Charles and Eric. Named after Charles Lencher and Eric... Charles Lencher? Charles Lencher? Eric Lencher and Charles Xavier? Charles Lencher. What's wrong with my brain today? Charles Lencher. That's so retarded. All right, so we got one seal of the week. I think you'll all be happy, though, who it is. Let's see. Oh, I want to see your seal clapping emojis in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Members, get the seal clapping emojis going.
I'm all the Jedi.
And this week's nominee and winner is Jacob. J.I. Jacob, ladies and gentlemen, with his fake wife. The original post was, what is the best trailer you have ever seen? And Jacob comes in, of course, and says, this trailer for The Force Awakens isn't just one of the best trailers for a Star Wars movie. It's one of the best trailers for any mainstream blockbuster. I've never forgotten, I never forget watching this one, with this on repeat back in 2015. The hype leading up to episode 7 remains unmatched. Oh, sorry. Yes, of course, episode 7 remains unmatched. Congratulations, J.I. Jacob. I know you didn't get a couple of nominees for a few weeks. You got one, and you're the only one that I've got for this week. So congratulations. You are this week's seal of the week. All right. Where are we here? Oh, we're going to watch a Grizzy video. We're going to watch a Grizzy video. I wanted to talk, before we actually get into that, I did want to talk a little bit about the Marvel, the Avengers Doomsday stuff that they did. I did find it funny that they did this whole thing at CinemaCon, because apparently CinemaCon's not supposed to be like a big fan sort of base thing. It's more so a, what, are they looking for investors at something like this? I don't exactly know the purpose of CinemaCon. But they obviously pranced out Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. Let's just go through and watch a couple of these clips and comment, because I haven't watched all of them, and I haven't watched all of them either. Actually, before I do though, I'm just going to go and quickly refresh my beverage. Basically, grab another can, and in the meantime, I'm going to give you Mozza farting.
Oh, Mozza, read that.
Mozza, don't let the American bitch.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did. Tell you what to do.
I think it's bedtime, Mozza.
Question mark.
I think it's bedtime for Mozza.
You pushed so far.
That's the type of videos that we watch on fucking Happy Hump Day.
I gotta pee. Oh my god.
It's so funny. As soon as I got up, fucking Eric's like, meow, give me food. Aren't ya? Huh? Thought so. All right. Let's watch. No. That's only thanks to Camelot. Thank you, Raiders. And thank you for hanging around. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's only because of Camelot, I will say. We had a good 60, 70 viewers, I think, before the raid came in. But that's crazy. The downfall has begun for the quartering. And he did it to himself. And he did it to himself. Oh, man, Rhino, she's into you. Who's into me? Let's watch these little clips, shall we? And thank you, lurkers. Appreciate you hanging out and just listening in. All right. So there was this one. We got just under a minute.
Avengers Doomsday picks up where Endgame left off.
Oh, I heard this. I heard this one. I don't know what that necessarily means for all the other phases, but like him saying this, I heard the guys, I think it was either on Friday Night Tights or it was one of Gary's streams, I'm pretty sure, one of the Nooners, perhaps. But like, okay, yeah, so you're getting rid of, well, you're not really getting rid of phases 4 and 5. But this is where you're basically taking off from where Endgame left off. It doesn't mean that the people that have seen the extended stuff that you've done in phases 1 and 2, fucking 4 and 5, they can't just switch that. It's like trying to tell Star Wars fans to ignore the sequel trilogy and go and watch the originals. Some people still haven't even gone back and watched the originals because of how much damage that's done in people's brains. As a lurker, thank you, brother. Well, you're welcome, and thank you for lurking. Thank you for coming out, saying hello, and then hiding back away. doing the Homer, creeping back into the bush. Yeah. Let's finish here.
Goes all the way back to the original X-Men, finally, bringing the crossover event that fans have been waiting for.
Oh, the chick from that clip. Oh, you mean Blabs? No, because she came to Australia. I met Blabs that one time. She's cool. She's awesome. She's a very pretty girl. Yeah. She's like, this is the thing. She's a bit like a little sister sort of thing when I met her. Good day, Tillium. Good to see you.
With Avengers and the X-Men together on the screen for the very first time. We are so excited to be working with our friends, our partners, the Russo brothers, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War, Avengers, Infinity War, Avengers Endgame,
Oh, just listing
and now
off what they did
Avengers
for them.
Doomsday. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony and Joe Russo.
Yeah, see, there you go. You haven't even watched it fucking since The Last Jedi. Fear of Female. Cam Raid. Yes, we got the Cam Raid. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Oh, we don't need to fucking finish that. They're just prancing out there. All right, what's the next one? Oh, the Robert Downey Jr. coming out. Does he even say anything, or is it coming out? Now, I know there were people there are people that still think that this is going to be great and this is fucking fantastic. And I saw them commentating on this, and they're saying like, yes, even though he's being Doom in this, and apparently there's no talk about Iron Man, the way that he came out in this suit with the glasses and the strut and everything, it's very much Iron Man. Like, I just don't know where these people are getting the ideas that this could be good. It's just... It's like we're gonna watch Grizzy's video on those fucking Disney Star Wars fucking shills and seals, fucking saying how the Mandalorian and Grogu is gonna make $2 billion.
My God, here we are. CinemaCon is on. It's on.
That's it. CinemaCon, it's on. All right, we do get a little. Oh, hang on. We are going to see Chris Evans speak at CinemaCon, but I wanted to play this first because it's just relevant.
Would you come back?
To Marvel?
Yeah.
What is this from? It doesn't
Well, I'm an
say.
old man now, but
Yeah, right.
you know,
You're falling apart.
yeah, well, everything
He's
clicks
old.
when I get up. It's
I don't know how old.
Recovery is not the same.
Yeah, you're looking bad.
Smoking
Falling
mirrors.
apart.
Smoking mirrors. A pound of makeup on this.
She can't come
Didn't
back,
answer
that's
the
true.
question. Did
Would you
I?
come back?
You know, you never say never. I loved the character.
It's just, the crazy thing is it's not your character anymore. You're coming back as fucking. You're not coming back as Captain America. You're coming back as Steve Rogers.
You know, I
So
don't
not
know.
a hard no.
It's not a hard no, but it's not an eager
Definite, yeah.
eager yes either. You know,
Right.
there's other things I'm working on right now, and you know, the worry is you don't want to. I think Cap had such a tricky arc to stick the landing, you know, and I think they did a.
There is zero evidence that Doomsday will be a terrible movie at this point. I disagree. Now, I'm not saying that it certainly could be a good movie. I'm not saying that it's 100%, but I think with what we've heard about them still writing lines and still writing scenes while they're while they're in production, waiting to do these things, I think that's telling. I think the The fact that you do have so many characters, like you go. I don't think if you're seeing this with people that just love the spectacle of it all and sit there and cheer and all of this kind of thing in the theater, that's what it's for. You like literally, I feel like you could watch this movie with no sound because there'll be nothing substantive from any of the dialogue that's going to mean anything. That's how I feel about it. I just feel like it's going to be cameo, and you're going to have people in the theaters. Oh my God, it's fucking Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Oh my God, it's Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. You're not even going to hear it anyway. People are just going to be reacting and reacting and reacting. This is fucking Avengers react to me. This movie feels like it is made for these people. I could be wrong, Nutrium. I really could be. And you could be right. But I don't think that there's no evidence out there to point into the direction that this isn't going to be good. And then you've also got, despite any of the promotion for Doomsday or anything, you've got what they've done over the past, 5, 6, 7 odd years to show that they actually don't know what they're doing. And moving into Doomsday, I mean, dude, there's no lead up. There's no build up. They're trying to make this thing seem or feel as big as like Infinity War or Endgame. But there's no build up, there's no lead up, and apparently the last 2 phases, we're just supposed to forget that and it shoots off from there. Now, the reason I feel like they're saying that it shoots off from Endgame is because obviously Steve going and getting his dance and all of this kind of thing is a bad thing. The straight white guy's not allowed to be happy. I don't know. Like I said, I could be wrong. I've had no faith in fucking Marvel. I've had no faith in Star Wars. It would be like saying that there is nothing in the Mandalorian and Grogu trailers. There's no evidence yet to say that this is going to be a bad movie. I mean, again, with the Mandalorian and Grogu, take out all of the promotional stuff that they've done for Mandalorian and Grogu and just look at what we've got leading up to Mandalorian and Grogu, and you can see that the Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be shit. Based off The Acolyte, based off Ahsoka, based off The Mandalorian. Seasons for me, 1, 2, and 3. We still don't know how tracking fobs work.
Really nice job letting him complete his journey. And if you're going to revisit it, you can't be a cat.
They have to earn my trust back as opposed to me giving them my faith. I gave them my hope, my faith, for way too long, and they burnt it and burnt it and burnt it and burnt it and burnt it every fucking time. And then they blamed me for it. If I just think about it in isolation as an individual, and then they blamed me for it, just like they blamed all of you for it as well. They've got no reason whatsoever right now, Tillium, I think it was you, for me to give them faith in anything that they do. No, Nutrium, sorry.
Cash grab. It can't be just because audiences
like
would
a cash
be
grab.
excited.
No, it's one of the most expensive cash grabs they've ever tried to produce, and it's probably not even going to break even.
There has to be. What are we revealing? What are we adding to the story? You don't want it to just be that one, man, they had this great thing and that little thing.
It seems like you're destroying the story so that they can reboot a new story
over there that we'll just, forget about. So a lot of things would have to come together, but it's
not obvious.
It doesn't feel this time, like that would be the thing that I'd be looking to do. No.
It also has such a, I mean, because I wasn't there for the last third of the film or whatever, I actually had no idea what was going to happen. And I don't know, maybe that was an ending that they kind of came to that conclusion in, post. I don't know how it worked exactly, if it was scripted, but the fact that the film ends on like true love's kiss was so touching and so fulfilling.
Yeah.
It was such a beautiful, cathartic ending, and
for what movie?
I loved that. I loved that for Steve. I think he deserved it.
Oh, the kiss, his kiss,
all his happiness.
It'd be a shame.
Yeah. So now they're about to destroy that. They are about to destroy that. Aren't these incursions or whatever created by him? And that's why this basically shoots off from the end of Endgame.
To sour that, you know what I mean? I'm very.
You're about to
very
do that.
protective of it. You know what I mean? It was such a precious time, and jumping onto the movie
so relevant
was
to the next
a terrifying prospect to me. You know, I said no a bunch of times, and there's a million.
Do not underestimate normies. I feel like a lot of normies are tapped out, dude. The crazy thing is some of the normies, like my sister, for example, I've got some videos on my channel, went and started watching the WandaVision, right? And she was getting into it, and by the end of WandaVision, she fucking hated the MCU again. Could never have fathomed my sister liking superhero movies. That's how deep and that's how big the first 3 phases of the MCU were. That's how big an event of an event it was. I think you're overestimating the normies out there. I really do. And again, I could be wrong. You could be wrong. I don't know. But I just, from what I'm seeing, like even the normie Star Wars people, how many normie Star Wars people do you think are going to go out and fucking see The Mandalorian and Grogu? And if they do see it, how much of it do you think that they're going to understand from it? Because you can't just say, as much as they might want to, that this movie is going to be in isolation and it's not going to touch on, like, it's not, you don't necessarily have to go back and watch Mando season 1, 2, and 3. Bullshit. How many times have they said that and it's not true?
And in one ways, it could have gone wrong, and it could have backfired, and I could have regretted it, and it didn't happen. And to keep on testing that is just it almost feels like, maybe you should just let this one sit. But
yep, that's a good point.
The good thing about Marvel is you never. I feel the way about Pixar too. They never go for the cash grab. They care. They care. It's never going to be something they just throw together and just because they know they're going to make a mint.
Well, they're throwing a lot of shit together, hoping that they're going to make a mint out of being activists, and then it all fails, and then they blame us.
In that regard,
So, let's now listen to what Chris Evans actually had to say here.
I said I would only come back if there was a real reason. And in Doomsday, there is a very real reason that these heroes need Steve Rogers. Now, it was 15...
It makes me wonder whether or not these actors actually know the full script. Do they even know what the movie is? Do they even know the plot of the movie?
Years ago that Downey and I began sparring as these characters, and we fought together, we fought against each other. Sometimes.
Now, my understanding in regards to just the money for the Russo brothers and just the money for Downey, my understanding is $200 million total, basically $100 million for the Russo brothers, $100 million for Robert Downey Jr., but that was for the 2 movies. That was my understanding from that first report that came out about it. So basically, it's $50 million a movie for 2 movies, $100 million for the two movies total, and $100 million between those two. So basically, for just Doomsday in isolation, $100 million, because 50 for the Russo brothers and 50 for Robert Downey Jr. There's $100 million of your budget. And then you've got another, 40 odd actors playing decent roles, respectively to their characters, that all need to be paid. Some maybe more than others. How much do you reckon fucking Chris Evans is getting? He said that he would only ever come back if there was a good story behind it. He's coming back for a shit story. How much do you think they had to pay him to say that there was a real reason why he came back without him probably even knowing that there is even a reason why he's coming back? Do you think that he's watched... Do you really think that he has watched Black Captain America and what they've done with essentially the legacy of his character?
On the same team. But this guy, you've made, this guy, I love you, Downey, but this guy, I don't like him. I don't like him. Them's fighting words. Oh, I'm doing this again? Are they really? Really?
Keep it on the set, guys. Keep it on the set.
All right.
Keep it on the set.
You know,
That's the sad thing, though, isn't it? Is that, you know, all of these things that we loved and enjoyed, we can't have nice things anymore. I mean, look at that thing with that video game that's going on. I don't know the entire details. I know it's blowing up and I know it's going viral or whatever. But this video game just portrays what? A guy that's not the actual biological father. Am I correct in saying that? Of the little young girl character in the game? And people are thinking that it's creepy and weird and disgusting because they've just got to be outraged by absolutely everything and offended by absolutely everything. You know, I was watching Geeks and Gamers Daily this morning. You know, Epic Mike on there was talking about how basically that just, like they're saying basically just offends him because he was brought up by men around him that weren't his biological father. I think it was Epic Mike that was saying that. Great point. Great fucking point. You know, what about these kids out there that might lose their father in some sort of, let's say, tragic accident, a work incident or something like this, and then there's an uncle or a grandfather or a brother-in-law of the mother or something, you know. Mike S. Miller's in the chat. Hello. How you doing? So, I got no hope and no faith in any of this stuff. And again, I'd be happy if I was wrong. I'd be happy if I went into something like Avengers Doomsday and it was a great movie and it actually did something really, really good, but I just don't see it happening. Secret Wars, I don't see it happening. Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu, I don't see it happening. Ahsoka, I certainly don't see it happening. Dave Filoni correcting Star Wars, I don't see it happening. Star Trek correcting course, I don't see it happening. Marvel correcting course, don't see it happening. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I just think that all it is cameos and people are just going to fucking lap it up and it's going to mean nothing and there's going to be no meaning behind this movie whatsoever. I did see this really quickly, just ducking back to Star Wars real quick. The Acolyte has surprisingly re-emerged on Disney Plus top 10 TV shows chart chart in the number 9 position. To me, that just tells me how bad Disney Plus is actually doing. Nobody's watching anything new on Disney Plus. I don't even think there's really anything new on Disney Plus. I don't know. The only thing that I'm watching on there is Maul. And once again, it's not my account. Yes, I give them the click. I don't fucking care. It means nothing in regards to them making any fucking money. Especially when it's not my account. But yeah, it just goes to show how terrible fucking Disney Plus is doing. If the Acolyte can reemerge and end up in 9th position, that means that you've got that very small minority of Disney shills out there going back out and rewatching the Acolyte. And that small minority of people that are actually going out there was able to get it charted in the number 9 position on Disney Plus. Remake, fucking do the season 2, Disney. It's the same thing as what I was saying before. We're at a point now where there's no return. So let's just see how far you can take it. And I'll just continue making videos, even though I haven't made videos in a while. Actually, that was the thing that I was going to say earlier in the stream. I was thinking about it last night, and I'm like, been really lazy. It's been somebody in Flashcast chat last weekend mentioned it and said, you know, it's been 2 months since me or Steph have done a video. Do a video. It's like, all right, I better do a video. You guys have been great. You guys are very supportive. And I need to get back into the swing of making some videos. So I'm going to start doing some videos again. They might not be great videos, but I'd appreciate it if you'd watch. Maybe we can get, you know, Raging Rhino charting on Disney Plus. No, I'm fucking stirring. Anyway. I was going to, but I'm starting to get really fucking hungry now. We've still got a couple more things to get through, which we will. We are definitely going to watch this Grizzy video because it's important. All right, before we watch the Grizzy video, we were going to, maybe just at the very end, but I am getting really hungry. And I wasn't expecting to get to this point of the stream and be 3.25 hours in. I made a video making fun of Star Wars. I think most people out there are making fun of Star Wars right now. Even if they're not even fucking making videos, they're actually laughing at a lot of this shit that they've come out with. Fucking Star Wars Explained. Fucking apparently they got invited to the fucking premiere, or not the premiere, some fucking thing, just to promote Mandalorian and Grogu, and Kathleen Kennedy was there. And they go up to Kathleen Kennedy and they start thanking her for fucking Indiana Jones and fucking E.T. and all this kind of crap. We were going to watch it, actually. I wanted to see how their channel was going. It's a fucking 53-minute video. And I wanted to also watch the Star Wars trivia fucking thing that Red Letter Media did. See how we go in that. We might watch a couple of this maybe next week. I might save this one for next week. And we're going to watch Grizzy's video right now because this one's the one where they talk about the making fucking $2 billion, which is absolutely ridiculous to think that this movie could even get close. I struggled to find any avenue of this movie making $1 billion, let alone $2 billion. But let's take a look. If you're not subscribed to Grizzy, Mr. Grizzy, ladies and gentlemen, mods, if you would, please do your thing. Get Grizzy's link in the chat. He's great. And he's going fucking fantastic. He's doing really well at the moment. How many subs is he up to now? 32.6 thousand subs. He's doing fantastic. He started way after me and he's doing great. I love his videos. All right, let's take a listen.
Everybody keeps telling me there's no way that the Mandalorian and Grogu movie makes $2 billion. But I think people are underestimating this movie. So if Lucasfilm gives us great trailers, strong action, heart, and a big screen feel, yeah, I'm standing by it. $2 billion is absolutely in play.
$2 billion for The Mandalorian and Grogu.
You must be on crack.
Despite multiple reports and predictions that the opening weekend box office for The Mandalorian and Grogu will be lower than Solo, a Star Wars story.
Box office predictions are here, and they're insane. $71 million in an opening box office for a Star Wars film in 2026 is horrible.
Yeah. Horrible. Here comes the coat. It is horrible.
There is no way it's going to make the least amount of an opening weekend
No
for a
way.
Disney Star Wars movie.
Because we haven't been on this massive decline or anything. We haven't been on this massive Star Wars interest decline and apathy and fucking anger and hatred towards this fucking franchise now. Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni haven't destroyed... Oh, man. This fucking V is making me burp. I haven't destroyed the shit out of it already.
It just, the facts don't line up. Disney has made 5 Star Wars films. 4 of those 5 movies have made well over $1 billion.
Yes, but we were in a completely different time. He says, hang on.
One even making 2.
One even making 2, which was The Force Awakens. Why did The Force Awakens make $2 billion? I mean, everybody fucking here in the chat right now can answer that fucking question. And have an understanding of why that's not the case now. It's cope. It is such cope.
With The Force Awakens. The only one that didn't make $1 billion was Solo.
Solo lost
Star
money.
Wars story. And now the predictions for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie are that it will make less in its opening weekend than said Solo movie. What are we talking about here?
We're talking about a little thing called common sense.
Yep.
Hello, class. Welcome to Common Sense. Let us begin. Up, down, left, right.
And The Mandalorian and Grogu will not make $1 billion. Common sense. But as we all know and have
I think this movie's going to struggle to make $500 million.
Seen before regularly, the Disney shills lack that.
I know I've said it 1,000,001 times on this stream, and I still believe it to be true. The Mandalorian and Grogu will make $1 billion.
You got one Disney shill out there, man, this movie's going to make $2 billion. You got him out there, this movie's going to make $1 billion.
If this movie is good, like a rewatcher or a tell your friends.
I heard too. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you guys, whoever's in the chat, have heard this. This guy pre-purchased 20 tickets without even having those 20 seats filled. This is what do they call it when we fucking review bomb? This is positively purchase bombing this movie. Because they wanted to make $1 billion or $2 billion so badly that they will buy 20 tickets for them to go and see it once.
Good movie.
Okay, I just want to take a second to remind you all what this guy's definition of good is.
I think he thinks that when you buy 20 tickets, it's like a raffle. It's like a raffle. And he gets to pick a seat. I fucking know what I'm saying.
Take a second to remind you all what this guy's definition of good is.
Like if you sat down and watched The Acolyte all in one sitting from start to finish, how are you going to sit there and first of all tell me that you don't want more of that story? And second of all, sit there and tell me that that wasn't good.
So allow me to translate. If The Mandalorian and Grogu is as good as The Acolyte,
It'll make over $1 billion.
It will make $1 billion and possibly more.
If this movie is good and the word of mouth is good, then it could easily make $1 billion.
The word of mouth right now is it's going to be shit. Don't waste your money. And I heard Melvin on his stream saying this is an opportunity. And I don't disagree with him. I'm not usually one to call out for boycotting. If you want to go and fucking watch it and waste your money on this movie, go and fucking waste your money and go and watch it. But I really do. Like, I don't even think we need to plan a boycott necessarily. I just think people are so disinterested that it's already just going to happen that way. You want to call for a boycott? Call for a boycott. I'm not saying it. I'm boycotting it. I'll get my bootleg fucking Sail the High Seas copy somewhere along the line. I'm certainly not giving this movie money. I'm not going to contribute to it, even the possibility of it being successful. Disney Star Wars has now lost any ability or to make money out of me, even for hate watching.
And you could be looking at 1.5. You could be looking at maybe 1.7.
1.5, 1.7 billion.
If it's really good, you could be talking about a $2 billion movie.
Is she all there?
These people are insane.
Like, mentally?
God, I can't wait for this movie to run its course
Me
in the
too,
theaters
Grizzy.
and for the numbers to come in. You think this coping session is bad?
It is still the return of Star Wars to the big screen. That immediately draws hype. That immediately draws fans back to the screen to see.
It did when The Force Awakens came out. All of that hype that you're talking about, just the fact that it's a Star Wars movie going into theaters, doesn't exist anymore. The audience is gone. Disney fucking shoved it in their face and told them all of this bad shit that's coming out is their fault. And they don't care anymore. They continued watching despite being called out by Disney and Disney execs and you fucking seals out there. And now they don't give a fuck. Dude, even if this is a good movie, it'll make fucking $400 million. That's it. 500 million. That's it. Even if it's a good movie. Fucking apparently apparently Andor was a good TV show. Despite how I feel about it, no one fucking watched it. No one. The SEALs watched it.
Star Wars where they love it.
Not anymore. Not in 2026.
Exactly.
You know,
what I
The
just said.
Mandalorian, the biggest Disney Plus show they've had. You know, Grogu, the biggest piece of merchandise and billions of dollars of greatness they've ever created. That movie is going to make less than the Solo movie. The Solo movie that actually lost money.
Interesting this guy brings up the merchandise because did you all know that there is Mandalorian and Grogu merchandise
On
at
sale.
Walmart already in the clearance section a month prior to the film's release?
That's bad. Grogu.
And if you remember too, the fucking the merch that they came out with, they were so late on that because they were so scared, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Is a household name, and he sells them billions upon billions of dollars in merchandise every single year.
Are you sure about that?
I don't think it's billions upon billions of dollars of Baby Yoda merchandise. Are you serious?
Warning signs are there that this movie's gonna flop. Less people watch the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer than the Solo: A Star Wars Story trailer.
And the one that he's brought up is the first trailer.
Less
Sorry, let me
people
get back to that. The one that he brought up is the first trailer, which has 11 million views. The second trailer only has 4.1 million views. Solo: A Star Wars Story. 8 years ago, yes, granted, nobody's going back and watched it for fucking the last fucking 7 years. And it's got 20 million views.
The Mandalorian and Grogu trailer than the Solo: A Star Wars Story trailer. So this report that the Mandalorian and Grogu is projected to make less opening weekend than Solo: A Star Wars Story, that makes perfect sense to me.
Perfect sense.
So Solo had a lot going against it. It had The Last Jedi coming out 6 months before.
And you don't think this movie's got a lot going against it? The last 10 years of destruction of Star Wars isn't going against this movie? This guy's so retarded. This guy's retarded.
It had Avengers Infinity War and Deadpool coming out in the same month. So there was a lot, that Solo was fighting against. They recasted Harrison Ford as Han Solo. That's a big deal as well. And
they recasted Harrison Ford as Han Solo. No, they didn't. They recast somebody else. What was his name? As Han Solo, not Harrison Ford as Han Solo.
a lot of fans didn't really see it as a necessary story.
Fans don't see this as a necessary story either, clearly. But no, you guys, Grogu is going to single-handedly carry this movie to $1 billion.
Statistics here. The reality of the situation that The Mandalorian is their biggest Disney Plus show by far. Grogu is their most popular character probably ever in the history of Star Wars.
Grizzy will break that down for us.
Grogu is their most popular character probably ever in the history of Star Wars.
You went full retard, man.
I just want to take a second to digest what this idiot just said.
Said.
Grogu is more popular than Luke Skywalker. Grogu is more popular than Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Palpatine. Grogu is more popular than them all.
I would argue that Grogu isn't even more popular than Chewbacca. If you went up to somebody and you said, like Normie, and you said, who is Chewbacca? They could probably answer that question. I reckon R2-D2 is more popular than fucking Grogu. I reckon if you went up to that same person and you said, oh, what do you think of Grogu? Or do you know who Grogu is? They would say no. I reckon if you were to rephrase it and say, do you know who Baby Yoda is? They would say yes. But that certainly doesn't mean that that character is more popular than even an R2-D2. It's pathetic. These fucking Disney shills have so much cope in their veins. It's pathetic.
The cope is strong in this one.
Do me a favor, hit the like button if you agree.
Go
with
over,
me
subscribe,
that only
Grizzy,
a Disney
mods,
shill would
please.
say something like that.
Do it.
All right, so now he thinks he's smart. Now he's pulling out the bar graph showing the viewership of Disney Star Wars projects on Disney Plus, live action only.
Original content, I should say. Marvel and Star Wars, original content on Disney Plus. Anything stick out to you guys?
Yes, a couple things actually, but I'm sure you're just going to pick the one that fits your narrative.
Anything leaps and bounds ahead of all the other shows around it? It's because The Mandalorian is the most popular TV show on Disney Plus by far.
Disney Star Wars was in a very different place 3 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago when The Mandalorian was having its heyday on Disney.
What do we got here? Mando Season 1. Mando Season 2. Oh, let's just do the Star Wars stuff. That's WandaVision, Loki, Book of Boba Fett. So let's just be real here. Yeah, a little bit of an increase there to Mando Season 2. I still argue that Mando Season 1 and 2 are both ridiculously pathetic and destructive to Star Wars. But obviously there was goodwill for Mando Season 1 and 2. Book of Boba Fett crashes. Obi-Wan Kenobi gets a little bit more viewers than fucking... a little bit more than even Season 1 of Mandalorian. But, you know, that was pretty much received very, very poorly by nearly everyone. Andor, look at Andor. The lowest other than the Acolyte. Mando Season 2 gets another peak, but then a massive drop-off and everybody fucking hated it and thought it was stupid. Ahsoka, diminishing returns. Look at the trend. Look at the trend. That's all you need. And then you've got the Acolyte here. And then what do we got behind him?
Plus. Look at the numbers.
What's that? Oh, man, Grizzy, I wish you just had to crop that a little bit differently, dude. What's that? There's Andor Season 1. What's Andor doing over here? I can't make out what that even is.
Look at where Disney Star Wars has been trending post-Mandalorian.
Yeah, just look at the trends, though. The trend is enough to tell you.
Season 3, in part because The Mandalorian in Season 3 was so terrible. Ahsoka dropped about 5 million viewers. The Acolyte dropped 4 million viewers from that. Skeleton Crew and Andor also dropped significantly.
Skeleton
from the
Crew.
Acolyte.
Oops,
Look
wrong button. Oh, it was Skeleton Crew and Andor Season 2. Okay, so that's what it was. Andor Season 1 and then Andor Season 2. Diminishing returns constantly.
Viewership 3 to 7 years ago, the ones in blue, and not just The Mandalorian.
And this guy thinks that just because it's a Star Wars movie hitting theaters since around this time, because if you remember, the Mandalorian Season 1 crossed over, actually started a couple of weeks before the release of The Rise of Palpatine. So this crossed over with it. So ever since the last movie, this has been your diminishing returns. G'day, insert username. How you doing?
And compare that to the viewership from the past 3 years. And you think that this trend is just going to magically reverse because it's The Mandalorian and the stupid puppet.
Yep.
It's because The Mandalorian is the most popular TV show on Disney Plus by far. I can't fathom or wrap my head around is how this movie is supposed to make less than Solo, a Star Wars story.
The answer, and I'm going to end on this, the answer is because Disney has killed Star Wars.
And the fans
And this
don't give a
chart
fuck
that you
anymore.
yourself put up for all of us to see proves it.
that.
All right, that's it
Correct.
for today.
There you go, guys. Go over, sub to Grizzy. He's got some great videos out, and especially with the lead up to Star Wars, he's got some really, really good. He does his streams and everything, so go over. He streamed earlier today. Yeah, he's doing really good. And his videos are really, really good. So go and check that out. Let's get that link in the chat. Mr. Grizzy, ladies and gentlemen. Hail, brother. Yeah, link in there a couple of times. Okay. I think that was pretty much it. Let's just watch a little bit of this, actually. I did want to touch on this, and this isn't really something that I could possibly leave this for next week, but it just depends on what happens through the week. So Star Wars Explained, like we said, they went to fucking, they got their shill access, basically, just like a few others.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to a special video because we got to do something special last week.
We did get to do something special.
We got to go out to LA. We saw Jon Favreau's studio. We saw some of The Mandalorian and Grogu. We're going to talk about all of that, but we're going to kind of go through it as we went through the day. And basically, it's going to get more spoilery throughout the video. Not that we're going to get into like very specific plot details, but some people want to go into the movie fully not knowing anything. And so we're going to talk about the experience of
because they got to see the first 15 minutes of the film. They got to meet Kathleen Kennedy. They thanked her for all the movies she had nothing to do with other than getting the director's coffee. They got to speak to Jon Favreau. They got to sit in the new Razor Crest. Nobody even asked the question. Oh, no. Molly did apparently ask the question.
Studio. Then we'll give some vague impressions about the footage we saw. And then we'll give some more specifics. But we'll keep warning you like when we're going to get into the next step of spoilers. But we started our evening just getting to go to Jon Favreau's studio where they had a ton of props set up. We first got to go into like this neon room. It was basically like the set where Din sees the food truck with Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, we don't know exactly the location of where this is yet, but it's like a cityscape. There's all these neon lit signs. There's the food truck guy, which we actually did get to see the actual food truck.
Yeah, that was cool. And there was Arabesh everywhere. So of course, like we're walking around reading the Arabesh and like I can't read it on site, but I can kind of slowly sound it out. So it takes some time. And every time I would be like, I got it. And I'd turn around and they would have like just a sign with exactly what it said written in English.
Yeah.
And I kept doing it. I kept falling for it. And it's like I could have just read the English.
I mean, it's good practice. One of the things that wasn't immediately translated on a different sign was on the food truck. It says Rick's Grubs, fast and delicious.
And I get the sense that, it's kind of like Rick's grub as in food, but I think he might just serve literal grubs.
Like bugs and slugs and stuff.
That's what I'm assuming. We only said a couple things, but Grogu made all of his little noises.
He did. Yeah. And so everybody got in line to take pictures and videos.
Shout out to Wes, the photographer. Took some great pictures of everyone.
You warned him that this was going to be a big moment for me. I don't think I cried. Maybe I teared up a little bit, but
you held it together.
There was a lot of other people in the room, and I was like, "Hold it together. You're a grown woman. No need to shed tears for this." It was pretty crazy. Just getting to
see. This is what I was sort of saying earlier too. With the way that these fake fans think that Star Wars fans are supposed to react towards Star Wars makes the actual Star Wars fans look pathetic. Well, no, it makes them look pathetic, but it makes us look like you really think that that's what we like. When we're watching something and we're not expecting a reference or something to come up or a shocking moment happens, but now everything's got to be a reference and everything's got to be a shocking moment and you've got to react in kind to that fucking shocking moment or reaction. And that's what the reaction is. Or cry.
Interact with that level of puppet Grogu.
Yeah.
I still aspire one day to meet the fully animatronic one. But there was a lot to look at in just that one little hallway. There were a couple of Phil Tippett models that were actually used in the film.
For stop motion, yeah.
Yeah.
There were some things in that glass case we're not going to talk about until we get into deeper spoiler territory. Razor Crest cockpit that was screen used in, I think they said, both seasons and the movie. They just repainted it for the movie. But yeah, we got to go in and sit down in there and see all the lights and the switches and stuff.
It felt like a real cockpit. Like the seat, when you sat down in it, you could feel how the seat could kind of position forward or backward, depending on if he's up front driving or just kind of hanging out.
They also had the little miniature that they hooked up to the bike pages on the wall, and he said that they were all filled with
these aren't chills.
So we were leaving. I was like, I'm gonna grab a couple of these. So
because we have friends who collect.
They get a couple of fucking little things. They even got a little gift bag, which I think I don't know.
I do think that there is a little bit of tonal whiplash that people might want to be ready for, not within the movie itself, but the last live action thing we got was Andor season 2, and right now we're in the middle of Maul Shadow Lord, and I would say that those are two pretty serious, darker.
You're a dumb cunt.
It was like, yeah, this is about the Mandalorian and Grogu. Still,
God, I don't know where it is, but
so I thought the crawl was effective.
The opening sequence is basically are
talking
working
about the 15
independently,
minutes
like
they
they're a
got to
team. But
see.
Grogu has his own thing that he's doing about that. But just
Yeah,
that's
that was in like a
I wouldn't even know
that
where to go.
seeing him work alongside the New Republic will
I wanted to find the
rated
bit
some-
where Molly asks John Favreau like how the Razor Crest comes back. She even says in this, I think, that she knows that she wouldn't get necessarily an answer to the question, but apparently John Favreau says, "Here, let me show you." I really want to find that bit. Does anybody know the timestamp for it?
big Imperial base, and the guy was like a classic ship collector.
you called him like Imperial Jay Leno,
Yeah, basically, just like had this huge garage full of cool.
like a tone shift for
Mhm.
Star Wars, but they did show us, and I think they showed us for a reason, a maquette of Rada, but it was not adult Rada.
Unless maybe it might be just a scene of Jabba holding him.
Yeah, that was part of the footage that we got to see. So we'll talk about that later. He pointed out a couple more things that we've already mentioned, and then he was like going to say goodbye.
Hang
and
on.
someone had a little toy Grogu and asked if he would sign it, and he was like, "Absolutely." And then he said, "Does anyone else have anything that they want
Oh,
signed?"
here we
And no
go.
one was ready for that. But they had, when they were giving us Spotchka and the Adelphi base, they had little coasters that say,
Oh,
you know,
no.
who wants that one.
I'm dreaming. I was like, wait, okay, I do have a question.
Oh, here we go. I found it.
And it looks at you, and you were so cough.
Story beats that we weren't really prepared for this to be like a Q&A or anything, so I didn't really have an actual question. I just had some random
Right.
thoughts of like story beats that I was like, he's not going to answer these. But Kathy turns to me and was like, she had a question.
Of course, she points to the woman that's there and says she's got a question because she's a girl and she's a Star Wars fan.
John turns around and looks at you, and you were so caught off guard that you kind of looked at me.
I did. I was like, what?
And then I was like panicking, and I was about to just be like, where's Cobb Vanth? Like, I didn't have a question ready.
Yeah, it took me a couple of seconds to like realize what was going on, and I wasn't dreaming. I was like, wait, okay, I do have a question. Obviously, if this was like a true interview Q&A kind of discussion, I would have thought of like a more meaningful question for John. But at the time I was like, I know, or I think I know what he kind of like wants to talk about. And it's like, what's in this room? So I asked John Favreau, where did the new Razor Crest come from? And he said, let me show you. And everybody was like, what?
Which that came later in the night.
Yes.
Yeah, that was part of the footage that we got to see. So we'll talk about that later.
So hang on. Let me show you. And what then he just shows you the new Razor Crest? He doesn't actually answer the question. Where'd the new Razor Crest come from? I don't think we're going to get an answer, even in the movie. I don't think we're going to get an answer to that. Salute. Yeah. And they said they're not being paid by Disney. Yeah, right. Well, this is the thing this is how I see it. They're not officially being paid by Disney. They get access, they get their little gift baggies and all of this kind of thing. They don't specifically say you've got to say that The Mandalorian's good or anything like that. But of course, if you start fucking shitting on Disney Star Wars, see that gift bag that we just gave you? No, that'll stop. See the access that we give you onto these sets and speaking to the people involved? That'll stop. So it's not like an explicit fucking contract or agreement amongst the studio and these fucking shills. But I think we all know that nobody can trust what you have to say when you're being bought out, like paid off to talk about these things positively.
Pointed out a couple.
We don't need to watch any more of that. I wanted to see that, but they don't even elaborate on any of that. Maybe they do further on in the video, but I don't care to watch them. How many views does that have? 29,000 6 days ago. 1,900 up to 41 down. I'll give you a downvote. There you go. There you go. But we're all fucking done for the day. Fuck, it's been a long stream, nearly 4 hours. It's been a while it's been ages since we've done like 4 hour stream. Oh my God, yes. And you want to be fed. Fucking complaining all the time. Hey, Rhino, maybe next week you can check out my Star Wars parody video. I'll check it out. Let me write that down. Galactic Fade Out. I'm going to just put it. Let me, it's on YouTube. I'll just type it into there. So I have pen and paper here. All right, I'm wrapping up. Calm the fuck down. Galactic. Fade out. I got it. I am going to pause. I'll give that a bookmark. We might check it out next week. Beautiful. See how we go. All right, so as for next week's stream will start, and moving forward, it's going to be the day before, basically starting 24 hours earlier than we started today. So for me, here in Australia, of course, we're going to be starting around 12:30, 1 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon in the PM. And I think for you guys in America, it'll be Tuesday night, I think. So, yes, we'll be doing that. It's going to be awesome moving forward. Hopefully, we can get still a good crowd in. Hopefully, thank you, Raiders, for hanging around. I really appreciate you guys. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I am going to start doing videos again for you guys. I know I've been very fucking lazy, but I will start getting back into the swing of things. It's just going to be some commentary stuff. I am still going to be working on some scripted videos in the meantime, so they'll be sort of sporadically put out as well. Thank you to the lurkers. I know that there's still a fair few of you out there, so thank you for hanging out and just listening in. The guys that come back and rewatch the stream, I thank you too. Everyone today that sent a super chat, you guys were super generous today, way more generous than I usually do get on these streams, so I really appreciate that. The support's been great. I missed this from Jesus Davila. I'm sorry I missed it for a gifted membership. I thank you. You guys are the best. Can I actually gift, or did I already do my gifted memberships for? Oh, no. All right. Being that you guys have been so fantastic, we got a raid in here. Hopefully a couple of the raiders might get some of these. I'm going to gift out your 5 memberships. Come on, do your thing. There's a couple of memberships for you guys. I'm going to do the one more, get my full 10 out for the month. Give out some more gifted memberships. There we go. Thank you guys for hanging out. You guys have been the best today. Really have. I really appreciate the support. Unfortunately, again, you won't catch me on Flashcast this weekend. I'm going on a fishing trip. Finally got 2 days off in a row, so I'm going to be going fishing with the boys. I might see if I can get a couple of pictures and shit, but we'll probably just be playing poker at night while we fucking sit there and fish and have a few drinks and stuff. It's going to be pretty awesome. So it's been a while since I've had a break, so that's going to be nice. But then you'll catch me on Flashcast the following week, and then next week, again, stream's going to be starting a day earlier. So hopefully we can see a few of you there. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you, guys. We will see you next week for another Casual Rage. Peace. Ugh. That was really throaty. Gross. Peace. Oh, my God.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
You'd better put a chick in it. And make it fucking gay as fuck.
Going somewhere?
And I want it lame!
Put her on a path of her own choosing, so that no matter which direction she takes, we'll always be one step ahead of her.
What?
That is so lame!
A few minutes? Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like dusting crops, kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bounce into a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
It'd be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're gonna lose your deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very cautious.
You go away.
We bounced too near a supermarket?